Hello, everyone. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And thank you once again for joining me on another Friday night. And also, yeah, y'all caught me chewing. I was trying to snuck up on me a little bit, but I just want to let you know one thing. There, I got my shit together now. Um, I just want to let y'all know one thing. Um, Audience and people who are participating in the chat as we speak, especially Terrence Forrest Jr., Charles 91771, Allah's Air, the Village Arsonist, Southeast Dusty, Toya. Welcome. And as everyone comes into the broadcast, please go ahead and hit that like button because, that helps put eyes on it. So I appreciate that. But a lot has happened this past weekend. You know, since my last other broadcast about this particular subject matter. And what I try not to do is I try not to oversaturate my, I would say, my upload to my broadcast with the same topic over and over again. But as luck would have it, this is the topic of the week. And this is quite big because here you have a young man who portrayed himself to be one thing and led the life of another thing. And we are not so perfect as to constantly badger and judge him, but there is this thing called accountability that men like Derrick Jackson preach over and over again, especially for black men. So why would anyone ask the question, like, why are black men so mad or so happy about Derrick Jackson falling down, for this shocking scandal to hit? Why are black men this, but why are black men that? But isn't that always the question? Isn't it always black men always asking this, and black men always talking about that, or black men are so happy that this black man is falling? No, we're not happy that the man is falling. At least I don't think that I am the spokesperson for all black men, but at least I can say this black man is not happy that Derrick Jackson has fallen. But the thing is about Mr. Jackson is that if he was going to portray this and influence so many people, then the least he could have been was honest about who he was. And, that's especially not good. And, you can, from the trend of everything that goes on in Western culture, you could have 110% guaranteed that, yeah, he was having pussy thrown at him like that. So it's very hard for a man to get around, which someone who has all of a sudden this burst of fame to handle. Honestly, if you were not famous, and then all of a sudden you became famous, and you had a wife going into it, that's why I wouldn't ever, for myself, sweat ever being famous or anything like that. But I think I can handle temptation pretty good. But no bridges to cross just yet. So, but as far as Mr. Jackson, for the person that he has portrayed himself to be, and for a man who's continued to act like that it was extremely wrong for other men to do what he preached against, turned out to be that very guy. But there's something very special about the situation. Now, when I say very special, people usually think that, oh, it's something good or something, or I'm not about to go in the direction that I went in before, especially on the Roger Report this past week, saying that this could end up making Derrick Jackson bigger than who he is, because yeah, this is hit mainstream. It was featured on Entertainment Tonight and BBC News. But this whole situation has started up, I guess, a new viral video star. You can say his wife, Denia. I think her name is Denia. I think that's how it's pronounced. She has made a couple of videos on social media, and whew, um, I'll just say this. Even however you read what she was doing, or if you see her as this huge religious fanatic, this religious zealot, or whatever, uh, it took a lot, I can tell, for her to do that, for her to put herself on camera and stand by her man. Now, with the current climate of the black relationship in Western culture in, say, the year 2021, how often are you going to see that happen? How often are you going to see a woman putting her whole self on the line to get in front of a bunch of people on social media, who is the absolute worst crowd on the planet, except for in like small controlled enclaves? I'll give you an example. This very chat right here. So, yeah, I feel like I have the greatest chat on social media. Give yourselves a hand. But for the most part, you're going to run into a bunch of yahoos with their own ideas and their own concepts and their own pocket realities. And one of those people is Mr. Jaxn. So the title of this broadcast is "I'm Sorry, Mrs. Jackson." Mr. I'm sorry. Reading the text message. "I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Derrick was not for real. He wasn't. I made a video a while back, and I may put it in my community tab. I may do it. I'll probably put a lot of my older stuff in our community tab. And the one thing that I said, that if I was going to be on a public social media platform, that I didn't want to do anything to embarrass the two people that especially hold a dear place in my heart, my wife and my daughter. I didn't want to embarrass them, and I knew that a bunch of strong opinions would be reflected in everything I talked about. But just I did not want to reflect a false character. Basically, I wanted to give everyone exactly who I was. I did not want to, I did not want to play a character. I did not want to kayfabe it, act like this was a pro wrestling or whatever. Catch a flight, I'm coming for you, because I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not doing none of that dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that every one of us, despite the fact that you may feel like you don't have anything to lose, you got something. Everybody has something to lose. And cooler heads and more common sense heads should always prevail. Just not this time, not with Mr. Jackson, because, female scorned. I bet you every one of those mistresses that came forward wanted to be number one. They wanted the wife position. Somehow, some kind of way, they hung on to it. And he was probably telling them, hey, I'm going to leave my wife one day because he told one of the mistresses that she was bad in bed. Well, allegedly, because here's the one thing that we always have to keep in mind, that females will lie. But unfortunately, a lot of these females had a lot of receipts for what they're saying. But so if they sprinkle in a lie or two, no one's going to care. Mr. Jackson's a black man, and he's feeling that wrath right now. And I think I said this a couple times last week. no matter how much simping that you do, it's ultimately not going to work. Pimping has a better chance, and I don't. It's whatever on pimping, but simping, no, it's simping's not foolproof because I feel like simping is funny. I mean, phony anyway. It's not as defined by the sisterhood and by simple-minded people. A simp is not defined over here as a man who loves a woman. So you know, so we've been through that time and time again, and everybody is always trying to put this as a black man problem, as far as Mr. Jaxn is concerned. Like, oh, what does this mean for black men? This is why you can't trust black men. No, it means something for simps and simping, and it shows that you can't trust simps. I've said this for years. I mean, from my quote unquote trolling days on Facebook, you can't trust those dudes. When my daughter grows up, I don't want her to marry a simp. I mean, Russell Wilson, who seems to not, seems to be good for his family, that kind of whatever simp, if you want to define that as a simp. But, I don't want her to, not no quavel type simp or anything like that. I mean, because, with the quavel and Saul Weedy situation, like it or not, this dude still, and regardless of him repossessing the car, this dude still spent all that money on her. However she's reacting is expected, because we expect that out of these entitled little females. But yeah, at the end of the day, Quavo still kind of simped. But we're not here to talk about the kind of woman Saul Weedy is. We're here to talk a little bit about, without ragging on her too much. Let's throw in a little disclaimer. And I am not a believer in black men having to explain ourselves, having to, always throw out disclaimers to say, hey, we don't mean this, we mean that. Because I know we're constantly shit tested. All right, get that. But here's the thing. This is not here. I'm not here to make fun of a man's wife. No matter what he did to her behind her back, no matter what has become public, I'm not here to try to be one of the Negroes who's trying to embarrass a man's wife, because I'm married and I don't want anyone to try to attempt to do that to me. Because, I believe in more angry solutions. But as far as how, these people are dealing with what's coming at them, wow, I couldn't imagine it. I just couldn't. This is embarrassing. And I really believe that whatever faith that this woman has, she's trying to pull all of it out to keep from freaking out and going insane. And, is people are trying to label her like, okay, let me start screen sharing. How's everyone? All right, one moment. Tampa Supreme, Russell is not a simp. Some people do believe that he is a simp, though. So I was speaking in context of definition. Me personally, let me put that on the screen. Me personally, I've defended Russell Wilson in the past. I believe that he is a man that loves his woman. So, I mean, people love to argue about that point, and well, it's whatever. Now with Toya, we're talking about her appearance, but hey, let me tell you something. It's us is tearing down her appearance. I mean, some guys too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not something that's exclusive to one gender. But let's face it, the whole thing was brought upon by black women. The whole thing, in particular, Tasha K. and she's been on it. She's all these alleged mistresses are coming out, and is making for interesting YouTube. I haven't myself haven't myself partaken in viewing her material, but I just keep hearing about it, and I mean it's been Facebook fodder for the past week. So anyway, I have a little surprise for you guys. Okay, I have the video. I'm going to show the video. I really am not too equipped except past a screen share to do video reactions, but I do need some upgrades in equipment before I can get the option to work on StreamYard. So I won't do that for now. I will do a regular screen share. But I'm going to show you the video of her. Basically, I guess it's her social media debut or whatever. Basically, telling people to, challenging people's spirituality. But I'm sure that a lot of you have seen this video, and but I'm going to show it here right now. So let me screen share this, and yeah, all right. All right, let me make sure it's in the beginning. Yeah. Denied Jackson, the wife of Derrick Jackson, which what I thought at first was a shower cap when she was sitting on the couch with him, but that is called a bonnet. So forgive me for not being well versed on the names of the clothing articles of women, except for certain in particular ones, like obvious ones like panties and bras and shit like that. But wow, it's let's just say she's a devout Christian. So I'm going to let you guys listen to this. All right.
Over sin, and to let you know that He heals, He changes, He resurrects from the dead. It doesn't matter what mountain or what giant stands before you, but He has the power. For it is not by might nor by power, but by the Spirit of God. And the word of God is sharper than any two-edged sword. So how prepared are you to stand up in battle and to proclaim victory? This is a spiritual warfare. And if you are not prepared and you do not know what to do, you will drown and you will be a casualty in this war.
Y'all heard that right. If you are not prepared, you will drown and you will be a casualty in whatever war is coming. This is a war on your spirituality. As far as the spirituality goes, I guess it's the demons of temptation, smite thee upon thy husband or whatever. But let's continue.
I did not come here to play games and to play dress up. I came here in my battle suit. I came here on the battleground covered in the blood of Jesus. I received the anointing of the Lord, and I spilled the blood of the enemy. You see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation. You see an army green shirt, I see the breastplate of righteousness. I see the belt of truth and the sandals of peace. The sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and the shield of faith. And I've come to the battleground, covered in the blood of Jesus, to proclaim victory.
Okay, I gotta stop it right here because here's something that always just kind of weirded me out when it came to Christians like this. And I know that it's not all Christians or whatever, but isn't it kind of morbid to want to bathe in someone's blood? especially the blood of your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because if I'm not mistaken, when he was being crucified, yeah, that was very violent. And I'm sure that the blood from Jesus Christ got on those people as they were nailing him to the cross, as the story goes, or as according to, what happened in the Bible, in the New Testament. But it just seems very morbid to me to just want to bathe in anyone's blood. I understand that there's some symbolism behind it, but it's like this is supposed to be the savior. It's like he comes down, saves everybody, and then all of a sudden you want to bathe in his blood. It's like, wow, that's like I said, that's very morbid. I don't understand why, Christians, these really heavy Bible thumping Christians say that. But anyway,
victory over sin. And as God does for me, he is going to do for those of you who believe. Let those who have an ear, let them hear. You came for gossip, I came with the gospel. You came to blame, I came to slay with the power of the Holy Spirit. And I take authority as my master has given me, because behold, I have seen Satan fall like lightning. I have given you authority to trample over snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the powers of darkness. Nothing by any means shall harm you. And I come trampling over snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the powers of darkness that wants to suck up marriage and divide the house of God and divide the men and women of God from each other. Some of you don't understand this because you don't have kingdom thinking, you don't know kingdom principles, and you don't know how to act and walk in kingdom glory.
okay, I guess she's saying that for all of you, you Meg the Stallion and Cardi B fans out there, you don't have kingdom thinking. That's a lot of y'all in this space, that wants to cause shame and disarray to your fellow black folks. I mean, shoot, just some church going on in this mother right now. So
With that, I stand boldly on the word of God. And it says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. And as I speak the word of God, an innumerable amount of angels, war angels, are being released to fight the good fight on the behalf of all those who are looking for their freedom, who are searching for their freedom and do not know how to get it. But we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the power of our testimony. And that is exactly
okay, there it is again, blood.
What we will do. There is no fire that can burn us. There is no mountain that can stop us. There is no giant that can defeat us. Because we have him, our Lord and Savior. He is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and he has come. He has sent people. He is raising up an army. And we are taking our position and standing and fighting the fight where the battle is in the spiritual world. Is in the spiritual world.
It's in your bedroom.
And I give all praise, honor, glory, and power to the Most High God, the one true and living God. Jehovah is his name. He is a mighty warrior. And I release the blessings of the Lord over all those who are under the sound of my voice. I pray that God reaches you. I invite the Holy Spirit to come out before you. I pray fire from heaven down behind the scenes, and I pray fire from heaven down right before your eyes. And I ask the Holy Spirit to go before me through this broadcast and to fight and to set his people free. In the name of Jesus. Be blessed.
Okay, so what did y'all think of that? Is this a person that is she trying to recover from the embarrassment? Does she really think and feel that this is going to get her through this? Or she's going insane. But here's what I will say about this and people like her. It's cool. It's whatever you believe. Um, I believe in a power higher than myself. I believe that there's a deeper meaning to the existence in the universe. I think that there are a bunch of holes in the story, but one thing that I feel like that it did things like, I guess, the spirituality and religion and belief should never be used for is to remove personal accountability from people. Too often that's a go-to every time somebody messes up. All of a sudden, you're all about Jesus when you get caught messing up. If these mistresses would have never came forward, no one would have never knew this, and Mr. Jackson would have still been making his little hypocritical videos and writing his little hypocritical books with no yield. But I guess what's done in the dark comes to light. But who are we to judge? We're not perfect. Mr. Jackson definitely isn't perfect, but he shouldn't have came forward. I mean, and tried to act like he was perfect, because what that did was embarrass the ones that he loved, and that is definitely a shame. And I hope it does not continue to happen to good people. Now, is she a she herself is, I would like to call her a righteous woman. I mean, she's been down with this man forever. She since college, by the way. I do have a photo of that. Let me hit the screen share again. Okay, yeah, just yeah. Oh yeah, I had a story about Martin Luther King. So just did I put this in the album? I hope I put that in the album. No, I didn't put it in the album, but I did have a picture of him at Tuskegee with her, as a matter of fact. But yeah, this is a screenshot from BBC News, just to show you guys that this is very public now. However, Mr. Jackson comes out of this, hopefully he comes out with his head on his shoulders, because he could stand to make a lot of money. I bet you they already talking about, rights to the, television and film already, because this might become a film on Lifetime. And, I do believe that in a certain way that this does affect black men, because they're going to force it anyway. Um, I mean, they're going to use this to make black men look bad no matter what. Even though we feel kind of in social media that Derrick Jackson railed against black men and tried to put the onus of accountability on us. Kind of a sense, kind of telling sisters what they want to hear, because uh, people like being lied to, especially to appeal to the stupid within themselves. When you're able to do that, you can make it a selling point, and it will affect those around you, either in a positive way or a negative way. This woman had to endure a lot of, I would say, social media anxiety. She probably is someone, from what I can see, she's probably not on social media like that, because I was able to see a video of her at church, and she's really, it's either one or two things going on. Either she's one of those crazy Christians, or she's putting on. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. This whole situation is crazy, but Derrick Jackson should have been more careful. That's all I'm gonna say, because he was not careful, it's affecting the ones that he loves. Seriously. And whether we are personally enjoying this or not, this is something that we have to keep in mind. I mean, personally, I don't care how she looks. You know what I'm saying? But what people do care about is the fact that he did stuff like this. So, anyway, I think that's it. I'm just going to open up the panel for, stop sharing. So, how's everyone? We got 16 in here. Please press the like button. All right. Just one moment. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I'm not trying to make fun of the lady. In fact, I do feel some sympathy for her. I mean, how could you not, unless you don't have a soul? I'm just playing. It's whatever y'all want to believe. I've seen worse, a lot worse. Shout out to Raven Knight. Shout out to T. Gill, Allah's Air, Gwendolyn Hill. What up, Judge?
What's going on?
Shit. Shit, sir.
Well,
another awesomely busy week.
Working hard, huh?
Yeah, working hard. So I can hardly work one day.
Right.
Sure. What up, Roguish?
Y'all, what's good? What's good?
Shit. We're talking about the topic of the week, which is
the gift that keeps on giving,
doesn't it?
It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's one of those things that people sooner or later are going to get tired of people talking about. I think people are already tired of it, but it just keeps getting funnier and funnier because of, like I was saying, everything this man has tried to make himself out to be
turned out to be a lie, and they got proof. That's so bad.
And you and Derrick Jackson, you a black man.
I think, but
no, he's a black guy.
Kevin, did not call it, Kevin. Did not call it. I said, I called it first. I said, I told you. I said, people were sitting up there saying, I said, nah, dude is a master manipulator. I said, dude is. I said, and then because people say, well,
con artist.
Right. I said, no, I said master. I dated a woman like him, and master manipulator. I said because people say, well, why would he want his wife back?
You dated a woman like Derrick Jackson?
No, but I said because technically, in the state that they live in, but in the state that they live in, she will get everything. And like I said, I ain't even gonna lie. I told you this is what you do. I remember I told you this is a scenario. You talk all this shit to your wife, you get her to come back, right? You still treat her like shit, and your best way out of this is to hope to get her committed, or she does something stupid.
What you think he treat her like shit? He don't treat her like shit.
Right? Yeah. No. Yes, he does.
No, he don't. She down with the whole damn thing. He just got caught with.
Look at the. You don't pay attention to the other videos that she put out.
I ain't seen them.
Right. That's you got to do. This is what they call me judge for a reason. I pay attention to multiple angles.
Okay.
The reason why is this: she has mental problems as it is. She's not mentally stable. You want her to act up. Because you need to, if she acts up, she gets committed. You can get her committed, You can get guardianship over. See, maybe you don't realize I've done this. We had to do this to my cousin. You get guardianship over a person like that. That means the only because she has him over the barrel with the marriage, and then especially with him cheating and all the lies is coming out, habitual liar. Basically, like I said, in Georgia, they can give her everything. They can put him out on the street and not give him nothing, even though
does she strike you as the type to try to hold that leverage over him?
Yes, she does.
Really?
Yes, she does. You know why? This is the reason why. Because she's unstable. Unstable people. Think about it. You sitting up here. This is the manosphere. Come on now. How many people thought that this woman would never do that and then flip? He's protecting himself. He's been exposed and people got receipts too many different directions. So the best thing you can do is, remember I told you I did fraud. The best thing you can do is make all the other people on your side. Like literally, I was robbing this company blind. I had people coming out fighting for me that I was the best person in the world. Only one person knew that they said, this dude right here is stealing. Only one person knew. Shout out to Godfrey Freeman, because you was right. And what's so bad, he knows, because I even told him. So it ain't nothing new. But only one person knew. Only one person. And he said, this dude right here is stealing, him and his friend. Now, they caught my friend. They didn't catch me. So, like I said, if you want to look it up, you can see they did catch my boy.
This nigga thief.
Right. Well, I mean, no offense. Why you think I said the two people I hate, liars and thieves?
So you and Derrick Jackson are cut from the same cloth.
Well, I used to do that 20. Hey, listen.
What are you telling me?
Listen, right. Well, I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't lied anymore. No, I stopped doing that at 21.
I hope so.
At 21. At 20, but I mean, like literally, like this is the best thing to do is you want to fight. The best way to fight a battle is have other motherfuckers fight it for you.
Facts.
I mean, see, this is the problem. I had so many people coming out for my win. I never had to defend myself. Never. I had so many people coming out defending me. My numbers were the highest. Remember, like I told you. Remember, I even told my daughter. I said, I'm not telling you to do anything wrong, but you really want to get everybody on your side. It works like this. If I can get, say it's 10 people in the room, I did some dirt, but I got 7 or 8 credible people who got shit to lose to come out and be like, Dre the shit. Even though 2 people saw me do the dirt, but if 2 other people come out and be like, nah, that nigga full of shit, who are they going to believe?
I get you on that, but the thing is, this is a whole different kind of dirt, though. It's
the same thing. Larceny. You get people. Basically, that's what it is. It's the same thing, just on a bigger scale.
Okay. Well, larceny is part of it. Okay, we'll say that's a portion of it. It's a good portion of it. But the ultimate context is that some black women permit themselves to be sold the game to such a degree. You know what I'm saying? That's to me, that's the ill, because you can see him selling the game to his wife. At first, I thought maybe he was selling the game to his wife. Then I see this video, and I'm like, oh, this bitch is nuts. He nuts. She nuts.
She nuts. He nuts.
That means she was in on that. They hollering God and Jesus and shit. This was a ministry for them. I didn't know they were some fucking Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, but see, this is the thing. She's already done things like this. See, she probably, what happened is, probably if I had to say what happened, and I had to say Judge Dre's analyst or what happened in their relationship based on the information that we know and I've looked up afterwards, I would say the girlfriend got pregnant. He was fucking her. Girlfriend got pregnant the first time, not the second time, because she just had a second kid. I would say the girlfriend got pregnant, didn't have the abortion, so he knew already that the nigga would be out extreme money. And the fact is this, she's unstable. That's why he kept her hidden. On top of that, think about it. Think why you would have seen this broad from the beginning if it was about making money. It's not about making money. Even though he makes a lot of money, it's about fucking women. Basically, it's like this. You sit up here and think, well, wait a minute, he would make more money.
That makes him even more of a hoe nigga if that nigga ain't even out for the dough, cuz.
Right. It's not about money. It's about fucking women.
Damn.
His look, I'm gonna just let you know. His Achilles heel is sex. He's a sex addict. I mean, remember, I used to be a former sex addict. I know. I ain't gonna lie. Like, plain and simple, one of the things that I even got caught by my daughter's mother, the woman who came out, had proof and everything like that. And this is one of the things I told her later on, that the woman was right. She believed everybody was all on my side again. And I said, well, it was only one detail that made everybody believe me instead of her. She got the night wrong. Because she was like, your boyfriend was over my house and he fucked me up under the Christmas tree, this, that, and the other. And her daughter knew me because they're all like this, that, because she got a name. She called me. And then she happened to say the wrong night. It was the night before, because she said the night that I was with her. So just because she said the wrong night, everybody believed. But I did fuck her up.
Grimy motherfucker, cuz.
I'm just. I mean, like I said, I did fuck her up under. Remember, like I said, I don't tell no. Look, that was back when I was younger. I don't tell no lies anymore. So, like, I even told her that. I said, well, technically, I did fuck the girl up under the Christmas tree, and the only reason why it came out is because I was fucking a girl. This was like a chick I used to fuck on the side, and the other girl was.
Bro, you ought to write blues songs, dog. Right. I know. I know you got all of them. Larceny is the city. Hoes in the back room.
but what happened was she had, me and her were on and off for a long time. But I did mess with her. And what happened is a dude tried to talk to the girl. And she was like, no, I'm trying to date this dude named Andre. So then he was like, well, wait a minute. Then he tried to talk to my ex. And she's like, no, I'm trying to get back with Andre. And she was like, wait a minute. I just went to talk to another chick. I got her number like last week. And because, T was just my fuck buddy. That's what she was. We go out, for fun. It was like that, but she was trying to get with me on a relationship scale.
Friend.
No, but I mean, she knew what her place was. She knew we was fuck buddy, but she wanted a relationship. So that's when she was like, no, I'm going to try to get with him, because I didn't care if she messed with other people, because she was just fuck buddies. But what happened was she was like, no, I'm trying to get with him. Then when he's like, well, wait a minute, he tried to talk to my baby mama, and she was there like, I'm trying to get back with my baby. At that time we didn't have it yet, but she was like, I'm trying to get back with Dre. And then she was like, wait a minute, Dre talking to this girl. Dre ain't doing that, this, that. And that's when he called the other girl on three-way.
So in the aspect of him being a sex addict, then what's the deal? So you think the wife got caught up then?
Oh, no.
You think he got caught up with the wife then? Because if he's a sex addict, he ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying?
It had nothing to do with that. Okay, like this. The wife had a kid first. So one, he's off the hook. He's on the hook. Say the man makes $100,000 like a year. He's on the hook. He'll be paying her $30,000 a month easily. Right. So I mean, like, literally $30,000 a month. That's $300,000 a year. I mean, you don't need to work. You never had to do anything. Period. Okay, now. She knows that. On top of that, like this, if I'm trying to sell and make money, showing that broad right there, what normal everyday chick like that everybody look like can get a high quality dude like this, that would just make me sell even more. But it's not about that. The reason why I keep her hidden is because when women think I'm an extra and they're ones like this, it exposes me to more women that I can have sex with. Because this is the thing, that you've dated women before and they know you got to do it and you've still been hit on. I mean, that. So basically, it's on a grander scale that this man realizes is the good way in. Like to sit up here and say that this man has game. No, he does not have game. That's what he uses to get in the door.
Who said he had game?
No, and I'm just saying, like, not you. I didn't say none of us, but some people say that, no, he got game because he got money and fame. But money and fame don't mean shit. You still need game because, come on now, everybody has been guilty of talking themselves out of some pussy.
Yeah.
See that? I mean, like, literally, that's what it is.
When you're young.
That's right. He uses that to get in the door. Like I said, the men, like us, we knew, real thinking people knew that it was full of shit. Unfortunately, women are kind of naive and they feel with their feelings first and all like that. Because even if you see, they will fight for feelings even when they know that the feeling is wrong, but they will still fight for the feeling. And that's like maybe because I was a salesman. I was a salesman for 4.5 years, high-end merchandise. Then I switched over to I did other sales. Then I remember I told you I did real estate because we were actually one of the companies that was setting people up on subprime loans. That's a company where they told me to set a guy up on a subprime loan, and I would not do it.
I remember you
and I quit.
do it,
Remember, I told you that. I quit because the job was either get him to sign this paperwork, which I had him sold, but then once I found out the inner workings of the company, what we did, because our job was to get you come in, you consolidate your debt over here, do this, we set you up on a fucked up loan that's in 2.5, 3 years later, go sky high. And then we do that. But one of our mottos that we told them that we never foreclosed on anybody and kick nobody out if something happened. We just renegotiate with you.
So let me ask y'all this. How okay, so what percentage do you think he can actually salvage this?
Oh, well, the good thing is the man still looks good and stuff like that. He still got this, that, and the other. The brand is done. Like if anything, Derrick Jackson should, if like say I'm Derrick Jackson and I want to run and still want to make money and save the brand after this. First thing I do, cut all internet, all this video. You like I said, don't make another video, period. Nothing. Let it go. You should be a ghostwriter for somebody else. See, that's the way you can do it right here. You can, but he needs to at least take a 6-month hiatus. And then what you do is just say that you are a completely changed man.
Get the fuck out. There ain't nobody gonna watch that nigga reaction video or watching his shit and think he's some regular dude. That nigga is nuts.
Right.
He
well,
is
of course
crazy,
we know he's nuts. But remember, we talking. See, you thinking as a man here with live.
Yeah. We talking about chicks though.
Now we got to talk about. Now flip it back. Look. Flip it back over to. I'll show you. I'm gonna pull the salesman out of me. Now flip it back over to. Remember, like I said, I got salesman, auditor experience, the loan experience, right? And that's all sales. Basically, I know how to communicate with people and get them thinking how I want.
Right.
Basically, what you do, you sit back, wait 6 months, don't get in trouble, keep your nose clean, never get caught in dirt after the 6-month period.
Right.
Again, you're done. I mean, no offense, people do it all the time. What do you think these CFOs that go to jail for 2 years, get out, and then go right back to another Fortune 500 company? Right. They do it all the time.
Right.
I mean, so what you have to do is sit back 6 months. I like this, but the problem is this: people gonna be scrutinizing you for like a hawk. So basically, your best way to play this off is sit back 6 months, no video, this, that, and the other, and then pick what way you going. Now, unfortunately. Like, now you want me to show you the evil part of Dre? Evil part of Dre is this. First thing, during this 6 months, what I'll be doing is rebranding myself. You would never see me online. You'd never see me nowhere. My whole goal in this 6 months, say I'm about the money and I still want to get broads like this, because you see, he's a sex addict. He going to want to go back to that. The man ain't stopping fucking fine women, and the type of women he like don't resemble his wife. So basically, I'm gonna let you know that I hate to say this, but this is the evil Dre coming out here. This is post 21 Dre. First thing I'm gonna do in the next 6 months, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make my wife look as crazy as fuck. I'm gonna play. No, listen. I'm gonna basically like this. I'm gonna say, don't you know how you like? I'm gonna say 70% and let her fill in the 30 bad. I'm gonna say 70% good, but let her fill in the 30 bad, 30% bad.
Drive her crazy.
To drive her crazy, yes.
Yeah.
Because this is what I need to do. I need to drive her crazy. I need to get custody of my children. And I need to say that this woman is mentally unstable. That way, when the bullshit comes out and I go back to fucking again, that way, when everything comes out, she's mentally unstable, this, that, and the other. I got custody of my kids. She can't take no money from me, and that's what it is. Because basically, he's already screwed up, and she looked like the good guy. Like, I'm not going to lie. Her friends should be telling her, no, motherfucker. If you really want to make sure, like, that you got him in place, no, you divorce his ass right fucking now. You take everything while you can. and then you get back with them after that, after everything in your name.
Yeah.
If you really plain and simple, like say if she was my daughter, no, this motherfucker been doing this shit to you since like high school. No, motherfucker, this plain and simple. If the nigga love you, then fine. Divorce his ass, get your 80, 90%, which they gonna probably get you, and then say, well, fine, we'll work on it getting back together. That's how you do it. Protect yourself first. This dude is a lying, cheater, scammer, and this is the problem. This motherfucker ain't 19, 20 years old. He is 35 plus. You too old for that shit, so you already know what the fuck you doing. You
okay,
can't
but wait a
minute.
Wait. You okay, look, you said lying, cheater, scammer. All right,
right.
Definitely lying, definitely a scammer. Cheater?
Okay, wait a minute. Go back and pull up the text messages on top.
No. Hear me out. The thing is, you know, I mean, he got major access, right? If you got major access, you get privileges, cuz.
Okay, but listen, here, this is the problem with you. Well, see, this is the thing is this. Yes, if you got major access, you get privileges. But the fact is, it don't mean shit, because this is the problem. You never set that deal up with your wife. See, that's how you can be called a cheater for that. If me and you go into
the bitch is supposed to be in pocket that you fucking with.
No. It works like this. If I go and tell you, me and you form a business relationship, which a marriage is, and I say, hey, Kev's gonna get 60% of all the stuff because he put the down payment, I'm gonna make 40% of what we make of the profits. Now, when the shit comes up and 6-8 months down later, say I'm a better salesman. Kevin is basically the money dude, but I'm a better salesman. So then I find ways to sell and not give Kevin his full 60% cut. Basically, I am a cheater because we made a deal. Like she made a deal. He made a deal with her that he wouldn't cheat on her. So that's why you're a cheater. Period. It does not matter, even though that he is a high-value man and has access to that, you shouldn't have made the deal. You made a deal and you told the woman you wasn't going to cheat. All you had to do was say, well, no, this is what we need to do. We need to change the term. I'm going to fuck other women.
Human nature. Well, that's on her then. You know what they say, you know, ignorance of the law is no excuse for not knowing the law. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. They know the law when it comes to that shit. And ain't no way no man gonna have no type of access like that. And
that's not the law, bro. The law is this. Remember, like I said, this we got to take the feelings and stuff out of it and go by what's written in the contract. The law is this. In marriage, you're not supposed to do that. If you didn't set that up that he could fuck other women when he got married, unfortunately, you broke the contract. Like I said, if Kevin's supposed to get 60%, I'm supposed to make 40%. But then all of a sudden, Kevin is just sitting back collecting the 60%. And then I feel that, hey, it's Dre selling that is causing all the business to come here. So I find other ways to dupe Kevin out of his 60%. Like saying I come up with other.
You get married, become worth about $4 or $5 million, and your occupation is being in the faces of feeding bitches bullshit all day. You know what I'm saying? Oodles and oodles of bitches. Some of them fine. You know what I'm saying? But the whole gamut. Dude, your wife is going to understand that you damn sure going to slip with at least one of them motherfuckers. If that is your occupation, that's just human nature.
Well, okay, listen. This is the problem. Yes, we know it's human nature, but human nature does not mean anything when it comes to a fucking contract.
Man, shit. That is the contract. Human nature is the contract. Wait. And that's where these women is fucking up. That's exactly where they fucking up. Human nature ain't the contract for them when it's supposed to be.
That's where the men are fucking up, because you know you stupid when you get married. It's a contract. You're supposed to be with one woman. That's the reason why. Unless you put that in your state up front, then no. That's the problem when you enter into the marriage. It's a contract. Like I said, it's a contract. If I got a contract with Kevin,
nigga, Martin Luther King has some side pussy. Get the fuck out of here, cuz. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Okay, here you go, Kevin. No, listen. Bro. Listen to this. Say, Kevin. Say the business deal I propose right there. You're supposed to get 60% because you fronted all the money for the business. We get the business up and running. You just sit back and get 60% of the profit. But I'm doing all the selling, this, that, and the other. So then I come up with ways to attract that I'll use our business that we created together to attract other, and I charge more fees this, that, and the other, and I don't give you any of those fees. Wouldn't that be stealing from you, Kevin? Right?
Whatever. You're all over the fucking place. But go right ahead. Continue
No, but I
explaining.
mean, I'm just saying. Like, say me and you, we create a business building houses, right? Okay, fine. We build houses. You started it. You put the money down. I'm the salesman. So basically, we write a contract. You get 60% of the stuff because you finance the money to start the business. You get 60% of all profits. So after the stuff is going, you just sitting back collecting your 60%, like this. But then since I'm the salesman, I sit up here and I start charging other fees, and I don't give you your 60% cut that you're supposed to get. Wouldn't that be cheating?
Well, obviously. Yeah.
Right. That's right. That's the problem is, right? We came upon agreement, and that's what a marriage is. You came upon agreement to be with her only. Unfortunately, that's what it is. See, I understand we don't like it because it hurts. It's against us men, but you shouldn't have signed the contract.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if I sign the contract, I'm supposed to give Kevin 60%. I got to give Kevin his 60%. It don't matter. Now I can come back and renegotiate, and we can do something after the fact, and we come to an agreement. But unfortunately, if the contract says Kevin gets 60%, he gets his 60.
Okay, this is all on predication though. If she leave that motherfucker, she ain't going nowhere.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she's going anywhere because
that bitch got a loco link connected to that nigga.
Well, the fact is this: the broad is crazy. You could like those if you see the statements on her video. Remember, she was watching the porn of him fucking other women, jacking off to it.
I don't know about. I don't like. I haven't heard anything like that. I mean, it's like
you gotta look at it. It's in the text.
Like I said, there's a lot of lying going on out there.
Yeah, it's some lying out there, but
there's a lot of lying going on out there. Look, here's my take on it, and all right, let's quiet down. Let's bring it. Let's whip it back to, Derrick and his wife Denia. But and you know what they say: denial just ain't no river in Egypt. So, all right. Yeah. So let me shout out D-Rock Dan for the super chat. I appreciate that. And for all of you watching, please press like. Anyway, here's my take on it. Reality ain't gonna quite set in for a couple of years.
Yeah,
I would say it take a couple of years because that might be how long it would take for the money to run out. In order for this marriage to survive, Derrick Jackson is going to just have to find something else to do. Because if he set his lifestyle up to where the money kept coming in, like expensive houses, expensive car note, owing all these back deal loans or whatever, what he's going to need is that money still constantly coming in. So what he's going to have to do is sign up for interviews, sign up for book deals on the Scandal. No. Sign up and sell the television and movie rights for a high price and invest, and hopefully that woman won't leave him or get caught in a porno with Brian Pumper getting the AIDS cracked on her forehead one day, because that could very well happen. Because that's not a normal look in that video. It's like it's one of those Christians who have tunnel vision from the way it looks. And I've seen a video with her crying in church. I don't necessarily like when people cry in church. I know I may sound like I'm making fun of people who do this, but I'm not a real big person on people who cry in church. Like, oh Lord, yes. Oh my God, what are you crying for? You're supposed to be happy. It's salvation. I mean, I've made it this far because of Jesus. No, you made it this far because of chance. And what I was saying earlier is I don't like when people don't put human accountability, like they use Jesus in the Bible and, Bible verses and shit, as a shield, from human accountability. Right. People are going to have to one day decide for themselves to behave and to act right. If you want to reach out to, your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, as a way to draw strength to help you, do the right thing, then that's cool. But to totally rely on spirituality to help you act right and you just go out here and fuck up, you cannot use that to dodge accountability. Oh, okay. Well, Jesus is helping me now, and blah blah blah. Just forget about it. Forget what I did and everything. But
it was a test. It was a test. God would test me with all these bitches.
Yeah, but if you were a correct thinking human being, honestly, that has preached what Derrick Jackson has preached, but you have been exposed by the sack chasers as dirt dingaling, you would probably have to go away. Derrick Jackson needs to go away, and enough of the humiliation for him and his family. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it's gonna have to be. Go away, resurface years later with dreads and a mustache and an older face, and rename yourself, shrink those muscles a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, lose a little muscle mass, train your boy, like do like your boy, do like Kaiser Soze, become Verbal Kent. Like just and then get your wife to do thigh exercises and and round that butt up a little bit, and y'all two can make it. It's like
you want him to be back at that barbershop quartet back in Stokey, Illinois.
No, not necessarily.
He was in a barbershop quartet.
No, basically it's a Kaiser Soze line.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Man, but
holy shit.
Yeah, but I mean, he could come back as like a movie bad boy or some shit. Like, if Black Lives Matter actually is effective, we can start getting some of the stuff that like some of the image that like some of the badder heterosexual white, like he could be like our version of Sly Stallone or Schwarzenegger or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm shooting in the dark.
Here's the question.
What's up?
How many videos of her have you watched of her talking?
I've watched 2.
One.
Yeah. See, I have you ever been to any of the? Yeah, like you have any family members who have like say have a mental issue to where it's so serious that they're like suicidal and they have to go to counseling and they're like extremely doped up on.
I understand where you're going with this.
Yeah. Like when you meet the other families who go through that in the groups, because they have support groups for the families dealing with that. And like after you start to meet, I think that's more important than anything. You really want to find out really how messed up people are. Go to one of the support groups for the family members who have to deal with the people with the mental issues. And like they'll tell you, like when they tell the stuff, a lot of times they don't even see it. And he's like, man, I look back at it now, and now that this person done did this and this, that, and the other.
You think she got mental issues like that though, cuz? For real?
Oh yeah, she got mental issues like that. I see, like literally, if she just, you need to like talk to anybody who's a psychiatrist.
She just sound like a fucking zealot. That's what you know what I'm saying. If she was a vegetable eater, she'd be a vegan on with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? She just sound like a zealot. That's what it is. She's a zealot, but that bitch ain't that crazy where she can't collect that dough with this nigga. Oh, you know what I'm saying? They holler Jesus and God and knowing that they taking, you know what I'm saying, these bitches for a run and everything on the back of black men.
She could have like when she cut off that camera, she could have like went over there and she could have went over to a kid. Like she could have went over there to that kid. Didn't I tell you, little nigga, to shut the fuck up while I'm trying to I mean, damn, it's like hard enough getting in front of this camera. Like I'll tell you as a person that it used to be hard for me to talk in front of people, especially like getting on YouTube and talking in front of live people. So I think that she might be going through a bit of that, wanting to look absolutely perfect in, whatever message she was delivering. And she thought she was delivering a perfect message that people would just, hop on, like bathing in the blood of Jesus Christ, which I still really think is morbid. But, she's not a person that's camera experienced. As far as mental condition, man, let me tell y'all something about that. We say that about people all the time, so we don't want to catch ourselves not sounding credible when we say it. But, Dre, it could be a possibility, but publicly, we don't want to catch ourselves saying it too much, because we don't want to be that one more person that says that, because you never know. Something could be wrong with her, and she could be using her Christianity to try to get away from that. Just like let me give you an example. The delivered guy. You know, he was delivered from gayness. He said he wasn't gay. He wasn't gay no more. Right. He's using he using spirituality and Christianity to deliver him from gayness. And he just pat on some butt cheeks or continue to try to tell himself. What if he didn't have that spirituality no more? Do you think that he'd be looking at him up close? Do you think he'd go into penis overload or some shit like that? Whatever's wrong with denial. I mean, if she didn't have that Christianity, then what could happen? Like, and I'm not even
it's an anchor.
That could be a possibility. Her Christianity is an anchor, because, like, for a lot of these people that are on Christianity, what if somebody laid it on them that, what if one day there was actually solid evidence that all of it was just hogwash? With a lot of society, unglue itself because of that. It's a mental stranglehold on a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I tell everybody what it is, and a lot of people get on me for saying that. But like this, I don't believe really religion, how we think about it now, I think it's all hogwash. If you really want to know, I believe what religion is technically is this. Religion is, because basically we call it laws of the land. Religion was laws of the land for their area. That's basically what it is. The term just changed, because basically like this, it's not like they had jails and stuff like this. So the best way to keep a group of people onto the same way of thinking and up to a certain standard is to give a certain code of conduct. And that's basically what religion is, a code of conduct. And basically that's all it is. I believe, I'm not even gonna lie, I believe when you die, it's just over. You don't even know you're gone. That's just what it is. So, but unfortunately, a lot of people can't live without having something to believe in.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, if her world is shattered behind, this or whatever, and she's acting like it ain't shattered. The thing is, when you hear them speak, you can tell that in the past she suspected something of them. So it's like, all right,
okay, this is the things that's already been known. Like she mentioned that, like you can see in her wording that she's like related to. She's known he's been a chief serial cheater the whole relationship, since that's why they've been on and off all these years. When you go back and do research on her, she said she's known that this ain't the first time he done some shit like this. I said,
it's the first time they had a bitch in the house, though.
What's the difference? I hate to say something. Here's the difference. Would you rather? I hate to say, if the dude's still banging broads, I mean, your woman don't. I mean, yes, in the house it's all like this, but the nigga she's pissed off that the nigga's still doing the same dirt that he was doing back then.
Plain and simple. Pissed off with nothing. That ain't her pissed off at him.
Shit. Okay.
She ain't pissed off with a motherfucking thing with that nigga.
I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, she is pissed off because she would not have left the first time. When think about it, if I know that, think about it, by her packing up and leaving to go out of state, you don't just. I mean, it ain't like she went across the city. She went to Colorado from Atlanta.
All right.
I mean, when you go that far, I see this is the problem. Y'all don't weigh all the details. You don't just go that far for nothing. I mean, it takes enough to do that, and to know that this dude has constantly been cheating. He constantly lies to women. She's seen, like she mentioned the thing, she's seen text messages.
So how crazy is her to have such a logical move? Then is she that fucking logical to make such a move? She ain't that crazy.
Okay, let me take that back, because I hate to say we've all been love struck, and she just love struck by him. Because I'm not even gonna lie. Listen. You've been love struck by somebody. I've dated a woman who I knew was just complete trash. But you know what I mean? It was like when some people, they're love struck for 6 months. Some people are love struck from 10 years, and nobody can't tell you. You ain't never had a girl who had your nose open to where even your boys told you to kick her to the curb. Your family member said get rid of her, and you didn't.
Ex-wife, first ex-wife.
Okay, there you go. And unfortunately, look, some people do it for 6 months. Some people do it for 10 years. Just because you walked away after 2 years, don't mean she ain't got to her walking away point. By her moving up and going to there, that should moving up and going to another state, that shows this. And of course, like I said, now think about this as Derrick Jackson. And I know I got a history with you. Because there's been many times where with my who I did that with, who we were on and off again, where, Derrick Jackson has more to lose than anything. I know that I need to get you back, one, for my brand. I just got to be a better cheater on the side. So I sit up here and work and do all of this shit. Like if you read the text messages between Derrick Jackson and the doctor. Now the doctor's a surgeon. She's staying in that house that he's in front of is at least worth 1.2 million. So she ain't broke. So for her to be able to afford a house like that, and for her to come out and say this, like one of the things they were talking about, there's a gag order and all like this. I was telling everybody, I said, well, see, just because there's a gag order, don't mean it's the case with Derrick Jackson. I said, because evidently y'all guys don't have no friends in healthcare. I said, she's a surgeon, and they have still been doing surgeries during COVID. She has not followed COVID protocol. Hospitals can be sued. It's bigger than Derrick Jackson. By that video coming out where her saying that she would leave the hospital, go outside and fuck him, if anybody got sick in that hospital, that you talking billions. It's got much bigger than Derrick Jackson. So the gag order could actually be from the hospital. Because you don't realize by her not following COVID safety protocols, that she can get in trouble for that. Like when I heard him say that, and I was sitting up there thinking, God dog, Tasha, you lucky that you don't have a person like me around. I said, Tasha, I would have told her to admit that part of the video because you just threw that woman up under the bus. She can lose her job. I said, see, that's the reason why they call me judge. I pay attention to the details and the facts. And the facts of that is that woman did not follow safety COVID protocols, which she can lose her job for that. Period.
Okay, Judge, I don't think you need to be a judge to be able to point that out because, we're fully aware of the CDC guidelines on the COVID standards. And but good motherfucking attempt anyway. But, of all that stuff that you just said, all that COVID regulations, man, please try to keep in mind that
I forgot. I said the word. Sorry.
Yeah, she has put on the full armor of God. Please pay attention.
The sandals of gospel of peace.
Did she got the helmet of solitude? What is it? A handle?
The
helmet of salvation.
The spirit.
The helmet of salvation. The shield of faith. The sword of the spirit.
The belt of truth.
And the main defense against COVID, the breastplate of righteousness. This is a righteous woman, y'all.
Wow.
I mean, for real, do you think that you could ever produce an American BW of a product of 2021 Western culture to be that dedicated and that righteous toward you, as Denia is toward Derrick Jackson? Or, it could be the mental problem thing. She could just be, if she wasn't with Derrick, she would probably be a stalker or something like that. I think that's what Dre is kind of trying to say. But yeah, but Ephesians 6:10-18, I looked it up. It actually says something like that. I think it does actually say helmet of salvation and breastplate of righteousness. She's like, she ain't trying to play dress up. I was like, yes, you are.
That is definitely dress
well,
up.
I mean, she's a very spiritual person, and unfortunately, this is my opinion here on how she's acting and all like that. She has put
that's not spirituality, homie.
Right, everything into spirituality, and she thinks that she's going to pray her way out of it.
That's zelotious. Whatever the word is.
Pray. Unfortunately, she's going to pray her way out of it. She thinks that she prays hard enough.
She had on an army shirt and a beret on some, straight up war shit over infidelity, over the whole. What the fuck does that mean?
No, she has a saxophone, which that's she's blowing the horn, to open up the heavens, and it says trumpets in the Bible. So, but saxophone because women. And from this little still right here, I may be far reaching a little bit, but sometimes spirituality and includes marijuana. But
Facts.
Well, think about it. I mean, don't we always say like this? If you notice, why is a church full of women? Because when they can't get what they want, they can figure like this. Is this the reason why? And you think about it, Derrick Jackson going into that on a book and church tour, because they know you want to sell women. Unfortunately, if you notice, if men don't go to church in their numbers nowhere near back when we were younger, Kevin. Remember, like when we were younger, you saw a lot of men in church with you in. Now you go to church, now it's just full of women.
Okay, you know what? Hold up. I just thought about something though. With her, somewhat very I don't say it's stoic, I don't say monotone, it's just just low frequency delivery. There's a sister who come on here who has a low frequency delivery. When I first heard her, I thought, but then you ignore her. Okay, yeah, she maintained it. That's just a personality. So it's her personality on some low frequency delivery shit like that. Because the thing is, usually when folks talk spirituality or religion or whatever, and using the words that she's saying and the phrases, I will put on the armor of God. They got a little bit of pepper to it. You know what I'm saying? Her shit was just, super plain. That's the odd shit right there.
No,
that's what takes it out of the spirituality, because it's like, yo, wait a minute.
If I had to guess what type of person she are, now this is just give Judge Dre Atlas what if I had to guess what type of person she would be in a relationship. She talks a very good game right there and all like that, but that broad is evil as hell too when she gets mad.
Man, I'm telling you, no, she said that, that we came with gossip, she came with the gospel. I mean,
right.
That's the judge, being the judge that you are. How can you judge?
How can I judge what?
Man, hold up. How can you judge this righteous woman?
Hey, man. Hey, look. See, that's the difference. How people say, oh, you shouldn't judge people. Shit, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I judge them all the time.
Well, everybody judges everybody.
But no, at least I come out and say it. Look, I say it. I judge. Look. I judge everyone. Period. Point blank is just what it is.
All right. So, let me get some shout outs. James Earl Mones, Robert Nelson, War Assassin, you a bad motherfucker. Albie River Eagle, AM Indiana. I think that's IND. So I apologize if it doesn't mean any. I'm just bullshitting. But anyway, this is about the Derrick Jackson situation and how much has it impacted his family. It has impacted his family, as in his wife, enough for her to come out on social media and make some videos, especially after he attempted to rebound two ways. Number one, he came out and like with his wife on the couch. The famous viral couch video, and lots of people made some spoofs to that video. Like bigger YouTubers, like they're black YouTubers, but they're not necessarily dealing with the black sector. They are more of the entertainment YouTubers. But a lot of those
guys, they got them too.
Well, Albert and Preach been on them though. Yeah. Albert and Preach, they're like the funniest guys. They've been on Derrick Jackson. Them and mediocre tutorials and reviews. He been on Derrick Jackson too. But a lot of people have spoofed that video right there. Okay, so and then the second thing that happened is he did a reaction video to the couch interview. Well, the couch video, not an interview, which everybody thought was kind of weird, and he started speaking to himself. Well, not kind of, like just flat out, gas on the pedal weird,
Yes.
But yeah, he did a reaction video to that, and I think that just made things worse because he went from, first of all, doing the one where he sat at the desk and said that he didn't do this and he didn't do that, and then it was like, nope, we got receipts for this, 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 and this. And then he did the couch video, and then he did the reaction video to himself. Like I said, the reaction video to himself should be the last thing that he does for a while. At least that's what a sensible person would do.
Kevin,
but, good.
Now, the reaction video to himself, like maybe it's go to show you how I pay attention. This is one bad thing about me working on houses. So like every time we do every time I'm watching a video, I look at the molding on the walls. Like I hate to say I'm into stuff like that. I pay attention to a tile on the floor, what type of doorknobs are on the doors, and people be like, "What the fuck?"
Social media Miyagi. That's what you call. You're trying to
I'm not Miyagi. I'm just not Miyagi. I pay attention to details, and then I pay attention to home.
Always.
When he mentioned architecture, when she mentioned architecture, that's what I remember. I was sitting up there, and when Tasha K did it, I said, "I know which house is hers. She's staying that gray and white one." And people was like, "What the fuck?" Because she's staying that gray and white one. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days later, they start. I'm like, because basically, I pay it. That's what I build homes for a living. So you kind of like you going to buy that stuff. You working on them type of homes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very fascinated by houses. Like literally, I hate to say, if something happened and I couldn't work on a house again, I'd probably commit suicide within a month. Because that's my fascination right there. And so when she said that,
guys for you to talk to before you consider such an option, sir.
Yeah, I understand, but
I just want to publicly say that if you're feeling somewhat bad, I have an open door policy, and I know other people too. So if you're contemplating suicide, please do not hesitate to come to one of us, and we can talk to you and talk down to you.
You wouldn't be able to talk me out of that, Kevin, because I hate to say, man, I love my houses, man.
But I'll make it a special case for Dre. Go ahead and just do it, dude. Since you just
thank you.
But
I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I was paralyzed or something like that, I'd have to be somebody on the job site. As long as I'm there, can do something. I can't see. Don't you know? Like, people got things in life. I just cannot see my life without working on a house. I just can't. If I'm not part of that, I don't see the pro. Like everybody's got the life thing, and I think that's what mine was.
Right.
So I mean, at least I can be it. Like I said, I'll admit it. Like the reason why, remember I told you I qualify for disability. I could be sitting up with my feet up getting a check. I told them, and all my child support shit would be taken care of. But I'd rather go to work and be broke than to sit at home and be cool.
Well.
That goes to show that's a strong devotion for what I want to do. And the reason why I point that out to say, with the multiple surgeries, I definitely could qualify. But I'd rather go to work and let them just rake me over the coals that way than to sit on my behind with my feet up and watch TV all day. I mean, because that's just what I want to do. I mean, like if you got a life passion on what you want to do, I mean, no offense. If what do you like to do, Kevin? If somebody told you tomorrow the best thing that you just see you doing, you can never do again. I mean, it would be very difficult to find something else. Not saying it's impossible, but it's very difficult to. And that's why, like but back on to him, when she mentioned that she said she's the archway. When she said, "Wait a minute, yours with the arches." I said, "Oh my gosh, this nigga." I said, "You don't realize something. By you saying what type of architecture in the house, you done caught this man in 5 more lies." I said, "Because why is that? Because think about it. He said that all of these things happened during this date. He recorded videos in front of this woman's house during this date, during that date, during this date. So that shows he been fucking this broad for a while. And then when it came out with the receipts from her showing the actual text messages of him being forceful with her and talking about, she said, wait a minute, you said that you didn't even y'all wasn't together. You was done with her." And this was March 20th. I mean, this ain't like, and she's like, "Well, wait a minute. You said," and she's like, "You made that video," and even in the text message, "You make videos in front of my house." Not what Tasha said. Look at the text message. The text message says that too. So that goes on to say You got two things of evidence to show that the information's got to be true. Now, just give an example for her to come out and say who she is, what she does, knowing that she violated those things. I mean, she's putting herself on the line too. That's why I say I give a lot more credibility to a person that when they go ahead and stand up and say, no, motherfucker, this is what happened, that they can lose too. Technically, she can lose if somebody wanted to make a big deal about that crap there.
That's a book you wrote?
What? Which one?
Yeah, I'll put it back up there. I got to do something real quick.
But yeah, I mean, technically, how you sit up here and say this woman ain't broke? She ain't no Instagram model trying to get Pele off of this. I hate to say the first two. I ain't gonna lie. I gave him benefit of the doubt because plain and simple, we know as men, broad, just couch chasing, money getting low right before the stimulus. Everybody kind of broke. You gonna come out and do a story. Somebody gonna pay you for your story. You gonna come out and do it. And like some people like, well, she paid for the story. No offense. Every person that if you go to Maury, you get paid. That ain't nothing new. That's why I sit here and laugh. If you go on any TV show, they always pay you, compensate you, because you get paid for your time and everything else. I said it's just what it is. So that's why I thought the people was, because she got paid. I'm like, what are you talking about? Every time you go on a thing, you get paid. The only time you don't get paid is if you push the button on your YouTube and go live. And technically, you still get paid there because you can get paid off ads off of this shit. I mean, to me to say because the person got paid don't mean anything. But yeah, oh man, I said I'm not gonna lie. The woman had a lot to lose. So to come out to be as a liar, you already. And this is the problem is I feel Tasha should have protected the chick better because anybody who lives in Atlanta and knows that area, you can find the address of that house. You type the address in, the public information, you got the woman's name. I said, this is the problem. Woman's name, she's licensed already. Boom, you know where she works. I mean, like literally, she should have kept that part there. Like even saying, wait a minute, the house with the arches, and because I'm not gonna lie, when he was sitting there in the car, when I saw that video back in the day, I'm like, man, that's a nice ass crib behind him. And I was looking at it, I was like, man, because I hate to say, I was like, man, that window right there, that window that alone run $4,000. And that's how you ever like look at stuff in the background and be like, yo, yeah, because we were putting tiles in this woman's bathroom. One square towel was $70. Can you imagine one square towel on your floor, $70? Not to put it in, $70 just to buy the towel.
So that means, how much is the house worth?
Oh, the house, just give an example. The taxes on the house that I was working on, the taxes you pay, this is how much money you pay just to have this house. It costs you $40,000 a year in city taxes alone, just because you own this house. No more. That's on you pay 40 stacks a year just because you own it. Your taxes on this house alone. And like I said, I was working for two surgeons here in Cleveland. They both work in Cleveland Clinic, both of them. Just to give an example, the nanny makes like $45,000 a year. This is the nanny for these two doctors, because husband and wife team. The nanny makes $45,000 a year with a company car. Because literally since they spend so much time at work, the job is you take care of home and all like this. When I come home, because we both work hard, when I come home, we don't lift a finger to do shit. The only thing we do is spend time with our kids. Now, those are family. Those are two people that, now I sit up here and look bad. Now, you see, these two are a power couple, technically. But yet, you can sit up here and still raise your kids well. Like she said, no, we don't do, no, I don't wash dishes. I don't do, why is that? Because that could be time I'm spending with my children. My job already takes a lot of time from me. So what we do, we pay somebody else to do everything else. We don't, like literally it's basically like this. I'm paying somebody to wash, cook, clean, this, that, the other, company car for the nanny to take the kids around and pick them up from school, this, that, and that. They pay for everything.
So in the regard of what Kev put up with the "Don't Forget Your Crown" thing, is this his first book or something?
No, that's one. He done wrote like 10 books.
That nigga wrote 10 books.
Mm-hmm.
He been selling this bullshit to them.
Right. This is why I told you that the nigga got.
Man, that is not the face of a man that I believe about anything. Man, look at that shit, dude.
Let's see. Right. Yeah, but he's written like 10 books. And just give an example, if he's written 10 books in his name, imagine how many books he's probably helped people out on. Or imagine how many authors. See, this the thing is, he may not have very good self-confidence in himself. I believe he might have maybe a little game, but his self-confidence is actually not that high as a person you would think should be for the way he looks and for what he has. Because see, sometimes you could be a 10 on the outside.
Looks don't mean shit. The fact that he's effective in his fuck shit, like the way he is.
But what I'm trying to say is this.
That should give him enough confidence, all he needs.
But he doesn't have, look at the text. If you look at the text messages, he doesn't have confidence.
Wow. Okay.
Like, look at the text messages of how he responds and all like that. He does not have this is not a I'm the shit nigga type of response.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. A dude like Future might have more like how he feels about himself on the inside. Like, and say I'm the shit. He don't respond like I'm a shit nigga. He responds like he'll hurt you to say I'm not gonna lie, he responds like a narcissist. But he don't respond to the fact where I'm just
how he a narcissist and got low,
but not on that level. He's a narcissist where he cares about himself and what he wants. But when it comes to self-confidence and how I feel about myself, no, that's a front all day. I've seen plenty of people like that. Because you can tell by his responses. Anybody else would have been like, "Hey, nigga, yeah, you know you like this body, this, that, and the other." Plain and simple. I hate to say, the way his text message responses, he begging like somebody, the way he talk, he begging like somebody who ain't got a tenth of what he has.
Wait a minute. Okay, so nobody's character is adding up in this.
This motherfucker probably started out like line, pick up lines like, girl, there's a right and a wrong way to love somebody.
Right. Like I said, right, it's a front. See, that's what somebody else said in the chat. See, Derrick Jackson is a character. That's what because I ain't gonna lie. The dude's a writer. This is what he gets paid to do for a living. So he probably before I wouldn't even be surprised. We should go back and look at his videos. If the nigga don't write cliff notes while he's sitting there and got it up on the thing next to the phone, so it looked like he reads that shit off while he before he uploads it. Because you can tell the stuff is not from the heart. Like, we already knew that it was bullshit and it just sounded good. Because I ain't gonna lie, half the time the shit sounded too good. You'd be like, oh, hell no. That ain't like that. That ain't like how that person feels. That seemed more, I put on the show. And I made it, edited it out, made it perfect, this, that, and the other. I put on, come on now. Ain't no blubbering it, no bumbering in this shit, this, that, and the other. It's like he done retaked it 3, 4, 5 times. Think about it. He might go, like, this is what he does. He probably goes over to one of his mistress' house, has sex, right, like that. Sits up in the bed, writes his little notes and shit out, and then boom, he goes out to his car and does his video. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe when he has sex with women, that's what gives him his creative powers. You ask the people in the rap game who do in the studios, they will tell you they get high and they have sex, and that gives them creative power.
Man, okay, well, this man says sex powers.
Well,
I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, for the stretch mark level.
Right, but think about it. No, but Kevin, haven't you heard people like any rappers or anybody who spent a lot of time in the studio, like even they even tell you, like you go into damn near every studio back in the day. Not people didn't start working studios like jobs.
Is that his crazy bitch right
until
there?
Eminem.
Is that his chick? Yeah. Is that his chick with the Africa thing with the titty almost out?
Yeah.
No, that's the Instagram model. That's the one he was talking.
Okay. Oh, he got a conscious bitch.
No, that's not right. That's the Instagram. That's the first one that came out. That's the one with the where her titties. She got a tattoo between her titties.
That's nice. I like those.
Right, and I said, like, plain and simple. You ain't never, like, say you have, if you go to do some research on people who like go to the studio and record music and all that stuff. They would tell you most of the time a lot of women there, they have sex, get high, and they go in there and lay their crafts out.
Yeah,
and if you notice that Derrick Jackson, what does he do? He go to somebody's house, do all this. Cause think about it. I used to sit here and laugh. Cause I'm like, what is this motherfucker? And now I realize it came out. Cause I used to say back in the day, because I always paid attention to the house. I said, do you realize this motherfucker is always in front of a different damn house? I said, is he on his friend's house? I never put 2 and 2 together. No, these are at the bitch's house he's even unfucked. Like, if you notice, all his videos with him in the car, they're always parked. I mean, think about it. You parked in an upper echelon neighborhood as a black big man, 6'4". That draws attention anywhere. So unless they're used to seeing you come over to that house or in that neighborhood to fuck with somebody, you would get well, think about it. You think that there'd be a video out there where a Karen done called the cops on Derrick Jackson.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair
remember,
enough.
like,
fair enough.
Judge is good, ain't he? Think about it. Judge is good. I said,
well, the jury is out on that one.
Well,
no pun intended.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, look. Like, I remember you mentioning Martin Luther King earlier, Rogish.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of couples and couches, I happened upon this photo right here as I was searching Google, and I was gonna incorporate Martin Luther King into this broadcast because Martin Luther King was a man who presented himself as God's champion and a champion for civil rights, which also carried this perfect little image of, if you were a reverend and you were a leader of a very important movement, and you supposedly carried yourself a certain way, you wouldn't go for getting you some hoes on the side, a little fucking bitches behind your wife's back, and right here, you see Dr. King, kind of chilling.
Macking hard, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You call that genie lantern.
So Marlon, like, and then this was even made. This fact was even solidified more, and I would hate to break to you people. Well, somebody can be like, "What do you mean, you people? I'm black, motherfucker." But the movie, the first Barbershop. Remember at the end, Cedric the Entertainer was like, Martin Luther King was a hoe, so everybody, get some barbecue and get your freak on, something like that. It was, I guess, it was very well known that Martin Luther King was, messing around on Coretta, but Coretta never left his side because Coretta, she believed in the movement, even though. And let me go back to this other picture.
And preachers, and homie could, damn sure qualify as a preacher. And preachers historically in the black community, get plenty pussy. That's been the cultural standard.
Yeah. Have you ever seen this picture right here? I know it's a little small, but a picture is 1,000 words.
Yeah.
The picture could be saying, why don't you go?
I'm sorry I fucked up, Coretta. These hoes were throwing that pussy like boomerangs to me.
I saw a meme made out of this photo one time. It was like Coretta saying, "Why don't you get one of them civil rights bitches to cook you some breakfast?"
Oh shit!
I mean,
you're wrong.
What I'm saying is this: even though, like, I'm not trying to make a direct comparison of Martin Luther King and Derrick Jackson. I'm making sort of an indirect comparison because I don't think that Derrick Jackson is at the level of character that Martin Luther King is. But what's similar about both of the wives is while Coretta stayed with Martin until, of course, the day that he died, he was struck down, at the Lorraine Motel. Derrick Jackson's wife and how long has this been going on? About a week and a half.
Yeah.
Has decided to stay with Derrick Jackson. And like I said in one of her videos, she said, ain't nobody gonna fix Derrick but Jesus.
Okay.
Meaning that not even she can fix Derrick. So time will tell us, time will tell us whether denial Jackson is going to stay with her husband Derrick, who might not be a cash cow for too much longer. In fact, when things financially goes wrong, and they've been together for a while, because I guess she believed he was going to make the NFL with those 11 yards. But like I think she's trying to see it through, because I always said, not that I always said, I said last week that there's a chance.
Right.
There's a chance. What did you say? I'm sorry.
No, I just said she's hoping.
There's a chance that, there's a chance that they could become bigger. A very small chance, and for me, that chance is dwindling, because, like I said, this could very well bury Derrick.
But I'm gonna say this, Kevin. This is the problem when I tell everybody, say it like this. She had already drawn up the paperwork and all like that for him to for divorce when she had left in. So that was known. She said it in the video with him, that out of her mouth. They said it then. The paperwork, when she had moved out of state and they had paperwork filed and all like that, that had already been set up. So to go to show, she left him once, and I said, think about it. They done got back to, like, plain and simple. Like if you said, Kevin, I had to sell your baby mama to get her to do something, sell her to this, and then I got the information from you from dealing with her for 10 years in an intimate relationship. You know exactly what her triggers are. You know exactly what you can say. You know how to say. You know how to implant a seed. Don't you? You ever implanted a seed in somebody's head without them knowing that you did?
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple. I'm not gonna lie. I did that to a woman just yesterday who came by the house that we're selling. She pissed me off. She scratched one of my damn towels on the floor too. That's what pissed me off. But I asked her. She begged to come in the house, and I'm like, the house not ready, because she just saw the car there. Okay, fine. So after all, I'm like, no, because I got to talk to the partner on this. We only gonna let. So she's like, she mentioned that she knew him, and she gave me too many details where I knew she did know. So I'm like, well, fine. This is what I do. Don't come in the kitchen. Immediately, the woman walks in the kitchen. I'm like, didn't I say don't walk on the towels in the kitchen? Girl, I'm just tiptoeing. Now, you see, I'm going out, and I'm sticking my neck out for you. And I said, don't walk in the kitchen, and you immediately walk over my towels. I said, because they're not somewhere replaced, so they're not ready. If the towel flies to the side and I don't notice, and it dries in the wrong spot, I'm screwed. Yeah. So she comes out there, that and the other. I let her walk through the house. Then she makes a comment as she walks out the door. Like, you know what? My people are a lot nicer than you are. And then I looked at her. I said, okay. Because I already knew she knew the guy the investor. I said, why would you even make a statement like that? I said, now, see, think about it. A person sticks their neck out for you. It could even cost them their job, as you say. And then you make a statement like that after you get what you want. I asked you not to do something. You did exactly what you said you wouldn't do. Right. And then you make a threat towards me at the end. After this, I said, y'all people play dangerous games, don't you? I said, you don't never realize how a person is feeling right then. So then afterwards, literally 20 minutes later, the investor called and we talking on the phone, and he mentioned her. And I'm like, well, look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. I figured I'd already pissed her ass off. He's like, well, she called, but she didn't say shit about that. And I'm like this. Okay, well, fine. I said, now, this is what we going to do. Oh, so I said, so he was like, wow, man. He said, I see you talk like the dirt, but you know how to handle yourself. I said, oh, yeah. I said, I've always learned. I've been in business long enough. I'll give you a piece of my mind. But when you fuck me in a business deal, I just fuck you in your pocket. I said, so plain and simple. Yeah, what did I tell her? I said, I told her that we had already 2 offers for over 200,000.
Yeah.
I said, now she said she was just in love with the house. I said, we already had 2 offers for over 200,000. Now I'm lying, but the fact is this: that way you come in with a hot, hey man, I'm letting you know, you want this house, you better get it. You better put your offer in for what you want.
So you see him salvaging it, and Kev, you kind of see him salvaging it, right?
What I'm saying is he has to salvage it in a way that does not make him a public figure anymore.
Right.
I mean, go ahead, take that money you got, invest. But if his wife divorces him, she stands a chance of gaining too, because she can actually play on this like she's a woman of struggle.
Right.
Like, why are these black men doing this to these black women?
Ministry gonna be strong.
Oh yeah.
The sword of Jericho and the coat of Lutherans and shit. Man.
And the walls came tumbling down.
Now think about it from think about it from her point of view. Now we flip it over, and now let's say if she wants to be dirty. Okay, fine. First thing you do, take them to court. Like this, Georgia's not a community property state. So she can get up to 80, 90. They didn't even give her 100. They probably, now say the judge is lenient, and after all the shit Derrick did, he gives her 80%. So Derrick has to live on 20. On top of that, what happens is this: he keeps all the debt, she get all the assets. So then on top of that, he's going to be made to pay child support. So basically, what happened is this: they can be like, nope, you got to pay child support automatically and all like that. Well, we're gonna set child support at 45. We're gonna set child support at 35,000 a month. Okay. Now Derrick's brand has taken a hit, so he won't say he was making 100 grand, but after all of this, he might only be making 50, 60. So now you have an obligation where now you bring in, say you make 60 gross a month, your obligations going out is like 45. So basically, you're going to put the man in a poorhouse. And then each month it's going to go more. Wait, but listen, each month it's going to continue to go down, because that's basically kind of what happened to me. They can set your shit so high that
like you had a lucrative brand. You had a lucrative brand that bought you thousands upon thousands of dollars a month, Dre, and then it came a tumbling down because you got caught up in scandal.
No, I'm just saying. I lost mine. Listen. I lost mine because when I got hurt. Based like this is, if they say they come out, it doesn't matter. You can make depend on whatever. Say I make $2,000 a month. Just say we're gonna use low numbers to keep it fair. And then they come out and say child support says, okay, cool, you make $2,000 a month. All like this. All of a sudden I get hurt and I get charged with a felony. So now I go down to a minimum wage worker. I'm making $8 an hour. Right? Now I'm making $8 an hour, but my child support is still used to that $20 an hour guy. My bills are used to that $20 an hour guy, but now I'm making $8. And child support is going to look at it and say, we don't give a shit that you got hurt. Too bad. What they're going to say is, you're working a job beneath you because you don't want to pay. Like, his brand has been damaged. So what they'll say, well, look, man, my brand is damaged. I can't make as much money as I used to make. They're going to say, this is what child support is going to say. Child support is going to say, you better find alter. You say you are a businessman. They're going to say, you better find alternate ways of making revenue. You've been doing it too long. That's the problem. They're real hard on businessmen. It would be easier for a person that was making $20 an hour and getting his child support reduced down to his $8 an hour paycheck.
But yo, check out his car though. Do he look like the type of cat that splurges like that though?
No, he doesn't. No, he's got an Aventador and stuff like that, but he doesn't splurge like that because you would see about it a lot more.
Right.
You would hear, but what I'm trying to say is this: it doesn't matter, because if they can give her like with the marriage and all the bullshit that he's done, basically like this is, they can give her the bank accounts too. So you ain't got shit. I mean, like literally, you sitting up here and thinking they've been married about 3-4 years, and this turmoil and the scandal and the stuff like that, all she got to do is go in the courtroom and cry, Remember,
you know what? This would
unfortunately,
be
women
some
still got
befitting
pulled.
karma for him, though.
Right. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah. Because you know what though? Because you know what, fellas, and I'm gonna say this: direct your attention to the screen.
Yeah.
It says a black woman created this.
Yeah.
And what he
Black
did
woman
was
took it too.
so let me ask y'all this: is all this that happened to him a black woman's fault? Full circle. Full circle.
I'm not gonna lie. The Derrick Jackson debacle is beautiful, especially for all the men. I said, now if you see, look at this, the motherfuckers you put so high up on a pedestal. These ones, and what are they? These will be the same motherfuckers that tore your ass down.
Yeah, but the thing is, his type of sociopathness, that shit's usually inherited because that shit is really it's dense within him. You know what I mean? So you think he got it from a daddy or his mom? Because that's in the blood. Ain't no correcting no shit like that. The fact that when that dude went third person to the degree of which he did, you know what I'm saying? It was he wasn't searching for words. His body energy didn't show that he was trying to search to connect contexts or nothing. That shit was flowing like second fucking nature.
Now I gotta ask you a question. Now pay attention. Like I said, when he would talk about himself in the third person, that's the most time I ever seen that nigga up a dude. Did you notice, like, when he talked about himself in the third person, talking about what Derrick Jackson might have been feeling and all like this stuff?
Yeah.
I'm like, I see, look, I saw benefit of the doubt. I saw a person that was trying. I saw this, that, and the other. Those are normally nothing like your other videos when you're reviewing other people that ain't you.
Right.
I mean, like, I'm not even gonna lie. I was sitting up there saying, who the fuck is this dude's PR manager? I'm like, dude. This is and I'm not gonna lie. This is like we all are guilty of this in business because I am too. We all are guilty of taking on the business aspect roles that we're not good at. Like I'm not good at advertising. I'm not good at tracking that. My woman can do that. She can find customers. All that. That's not my forte. Every time I do it, I fuck it up. Like him. He's a good on fan to fan, writing this shit, doing like this. Delivery, okay. But the problem is he acts first and doesn't think and just does it. Where the fact is this, his brand, he fucked himself up more than the women coming out with all the scandals did. If the nigga didn't make the first video blaming it on God and doing all like this, he would be in a better shape. Even when everything else came out. If he didn't make literally, if he would have shut up and never made the four videos,
reaction videos, what's gonna fuck him?
Right? Yeah. No, but I mean, he made the video first blaming it on God. And all like this. Then the dude come out and
God,
say,
you gave me a penis. You gave me a penis, God. This is your fault.
But why you put all this pussy before me, Lord?
But this is to go to show you how. This is going to show you how that he was stupid. Because in the first video, he said about his drug use, alcohol, and blamed it on God.
That shit.
I said, why you did the worst three things for your fucking business image in it. You're gonna say drug use, alcohol, and blaming it on God. That's why, if you notice, that's the reason why he erased that video so quickly. Anybody that pays attention, like plain and simple, the worst thing to be known as a businessman and be.
My question is, why didn't they blame nothing on the devil? If they show Christianity and all that old shit, right? Where the devil at in all this shit?
Right,
God is the one that throws, you know what I'm saying, tester pussy to you. I thought that would be some devil shit.
Hey, but fellas, may I direct your attention to the screen? What is that?
What Derrick Jackson eats every day?
Groceries?
Yeah.
Right. Or something like it.
Right. What Derrick Jackson eats every day?
Yeah.
Why is the spaghetti loose in that motherfucker, cuz? What the fuck? Who opened the spaghetti?
You got what I meant, right?
Well, your booty was groceries.
Right. That's what they're saying. They eat the groceries.
Loose spaghetti in that shit too.
Right. But you sit up here and think, dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I wanted to put. Too bad he had a comment. I said, look, it's like if I was you, Derrick Jackson, this is what I would do. I said, see, you down there in Atlanta, you're close to Kevin. Kevin got a good image going on right now. He's good. He didn't work with people. You need to be like, look, Kevin, I'm sorry I called you a Men's Warehouse dude. And
let me be an apprentice.
Suspect. Here is 50 stacks Make my image over. Tell me what I need to do. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd be like, fuck it. Because I ain't even gonna lie. This is what you do. You say, look, here is 50 stacks, Kevin. Make my image over. Tell me what I need to do. And because I did you wrong, after you make my image over and do all of this, after and everything goes good, I will make videos saying that Kevin turned me around.
You know, that'd be a hell of a test for Kevin.
Like, literally, can you imagine the publicity for that?
Oh, that'd be
make my image over.
That'd be crazy.
Right, like say if Kevin turned him around.
Oh, that'd be crazy. His brand would be cemented if it ain't already. It would be cemented if it ain't already.
Right. I mean, but plain and simple. I said, that's how I said, see, Derrick Jackson, there you go. And I said, that way Kevin can get a come up, Derrick Jackson can get a come up. But then afterwards, you got in the contract to say that this dude made my image over. And then think about it. If Kevin can turn that image around, there you go. You, like after all this shit right here, like say if like a year from now, Kevin had him better image, all this stuff there. You'd be like, well, shit, man, because you done really stepped in it. You done like you done burned the house down, pissed on the ashes, danced around butt naked, all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie, he tore his career up like in Joanna Man. You know, his career he just tore it up.
I didn't watch that.
Hey man, I mean, that's why because I meant to put that on Kevin's page, but I was gonna tell Kevin because Kevin was doing the smoke show tonight, and I'm like, man, more shit came out like last night. I was just like, nah, Kevin, you should wait another week. Well, I was out, and then come to find out when the show came on tonight, he said he wasn't doing it. I was like, yes, because I'm like, no, let the shit sink in a little bit before you go after him. Before you go ahead and do it. And I'm like, when he said no, because plain and simple, Derrick Jackson, if I was Derrick Jackson, especially if I know Kevin about to do a video about me, I'd be like, fuck it, Kevin. How much money do I need to pay you to hire you to change me over? Because if I hired him, he ain't going to do a video on me. So at least I can pay for that to go away.
Yeah, because, yeah. Yeah. No. So as Miss Jackson is reading the Bible, yeah, Derrick Jackson seems to be, reading the book of Futurations.
oh, Kevin, wait a minute. Did you see the HPV bumps on her face and on Derrick Jackson's face in the video?
The what?
Look like
basically. HP it's they call it, it's not herpes, but it's like basically because there's like 200 forms of it. But girlfriend had 2 bumps on her face, and Derrick Jackson, when he turned to the right and he was looking at her, you can see the bumps on his.
Oh, you know what?
In the video, you got to pause this because somebody had just paused it at the right time. They didn't point the bumps out, but I saw the picture and I was like, well, goddamn, look at all them bumps. I hope, brother, man. I
mean, couldn't they have been shave bumps on him and acne on her?
Maybe. I didn't say that. I didn't say it was herpes. I didn't say just say it. Right. I said HPV bumps. That's what it's classified in a hospital. I didn't say herpes. Remember, I made you insinuate. See, this is what I did. I made you insinuate that it was herpes, but did I say herpes? I didn't. I said, see, that's how you do.
You said HPV, Judge. Yeah,
And it's 300. It's like 300 versions. And if I done any details, like 300. Not all of them are the ones.
God damn, 300 versions of herpes?
it's like 300.
HPV.
A lot of them. Yeah, it's like 300 different. Get some. See, remember, like I told you.
Do it keep mutating or some shit, or do they keep making that shit?
It's like 300 forms. It's like some shit because some of them don't even cause bumps. It's like when you do I ain't gonna say maybe 300, maybe it's like 50, but it's a lot of them, and not all of them are what we know as herpes and all like that. But if you notice that if you notice that creative wording that I did right there to make you think herpes, even though I did not say it, because I'm not gonna lie, I've threatened people in courtrooms in front of the judge with that creative wording like that. I told you I know how to threaten you legally.
Right.
I said, see, I didn't say that right there. You might have taken it as a threat. I gave you 70% of the information, and you put the other 30 in.
Okay.
And then I said it in front of the judge. Judge, that
you
ain't
know
no
what?
threat.
With the amount of extra pussy he's probably got over the 10 years, it's surprised that he ain't gave her none. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever.
Right.
It's not likely that he ain't gave her none either.
Right. That's the problem too. And you see the women are coming out saying that he's had unprotected sex with them. So that's the problem too. But like I said, you see that creative wording right there. I pay attention to creative wording when other people do it, because I'm not gonna lie, I was guilty of doing that a lot. So I learned how when you say 70% and let them put in the other 30 bad, because unfortunately when I said that comment right there, what everybody thought was herpes, but I didn't say herpes. See what I'm talking about? That's called a salesman. When you implant that seed in them and do that, that's why I always pay attention. What exact word was said? Because people used to ask me, no, what word did they say? Because I know that.
Why you ain't going to law? You know, the detective and shit.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I used to. People ask me, why weren't you a detective? That's why I went into auditing. That's kind of like detective. You searching the shit. You finding out what's been taken. Well, if the person's lying. I mean, I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I love that. And people told me, man, you should have been a lawyer, or you should have been a homicide detective or something like that. I mean, I
almost wanted to go into law, but then I figured out, you know, if I find out that a whole bunch of it is bullshit, I'm gonna snap.
Well, the problem is this. The problem with law. This is the problem with law. And see, a lot of people, you have to put up like this. And they see, this is how I learned when I was doing the scams, when I was stealing the money. I said, they could have a lot of proof that you're stealing. You could even come out and say, yeah, motherfucker, I am. Because I even told you to do many times, yeah, nigga, I'm stealing, and you ain't going to catch me. Like I said, you don't believe me? Anybody look up God and find him. He'd be like, oh, yeah, Dre did say that. Because unfortunately, what happens is this. If, you know, back then, they didn't fire you because of an accusation. Like right now, you could get fired for that. That would not fly now. But back then, you didn't get fired for somebody as the accusation or hating on you like they can do today. Like somebody today, if they're hating on you at work, they can get you fired. They were, you know, back then it took a lot. The bar was higher.
Okay, so say they can make it work. She's obviously trying to start a ministry of her own with doing some shit, right? His ministry is coming to a close. Hers is, you know what I'm saying, opening, right? Do you think what happened to her will overrun all them sucker sisters that she finna take on that he dropping off?
Well, unfortunately,
she just collected his suckers. You know what I'm saying? So
unfortunately, this is the beauty thing from her standpoint. Like, say I'm her and I want to be evil and all like this. Right. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna be making all of these videos. I'm gonna become a household name too. That way, when I leave this motherfucker and take him to the cleaners, I got other ways of making a revenue. On top of I'm taking his money too. And the beautiful thing about from her point of view is this: she can always come out and say this. Say she decides and changes her mind 6 months from now. All she has to do is go into court and say, I knew he did all of this. But then after this, it's like every time I look up, it's another lie. They're still going to give her 80, 90% just off of that rip right there. Because he's just been known. The man has been being caught in too much of, you've formed a pattern day liar. Instead of a pattern day trader, pattern day liar.
Yeah.
So basically, the beautiful thing about that is when you become a pattern day liar, then basically you have no credibility. And once you screw a person's credibility, you could be like, it's raining outside. And motherfucker be like, I don't care. I don't believe you. That's like, remember, if you notice how I always say online, I will always tell the truth no matter what. At least you can say, you've heard Dre, man. Dre done admitted to some shit that I would never let nobody know.
Always you 100. You 100.
Because if somebody, like, think about this. Say if somebody, say a YouTuber got 10 million views and I got 50 views.
Right.
And something happened. It was just me and him in a room. And I came out the room and that motherfucker came out the room. Now, y'all done known us for the same length of time. And then I said, no, this motherfucker's lying. Does this. And I admitted to the shit I did. Would you believe me or would you believe them?
Oh, no, I believe you.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you don't even have to, but as long as you're not known as a liar, because you'd be like, well, wait a minute. I haven't seen this man admit to shit that are way worse. Why wouldn't he admit to that?
Okay, so the fact that he lied to the degree at which he did, then and the fact, okay, so that's such a super breach of integrity, trust on behalf of the constituency who buy into his bullshit. But you still think that he could possibly recover with that much loss of integrity on such a large scale? I mean, it could go the way of what's the real nigga name? Not Rick Ross, the rapper Rick Ross. What's that nigga real name?
But I'll say this:
you know what I'm saying? Like him when he was busted and exposed.
This is what
people like. They still roll with him. They're like, yo, all right, well, fuck it. He was a security guard at a prison or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you this: he can recover, but he can't recover in a way that you're not thinking. He can recover as this: be one, ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Still write his books, name change, all that shit. The shit will still sell.
You don't think this? Hold up. You don't think he already addicted to the limelight though, based off of that reactionary shit that he did?
No, right. He's addicted to the limelight. Look, he's addicted to the limelight and that. But look, say I'm now going to show you. Let me flip it over now. I'm DJ. My after all of this shit right here, go to show you my shit's in the toilet. Say I'm him. Right. All of these facts happen. I'm him. This is how I'll play it. Okay, fine. I cannot do none of these videos like this. I'll keep to writing my books and putting that shit out. I'll leave the videos and shit like that up. I'll dial back on the videos extremely. I might make one video every 2.5 weeks. That's just to keep the stuff out there, just to keep my name out there, so I can say I'm a sexual dude. I gotta keep having sex so that way I keep my Instagram thoughts coming. Right. Basically, that's the reason why I make the video every 2 weeks. One, I get somebody else to be the front man. I write all the shit for them, and they do it there, and I get a cut. Or I write books under another name. There's plenty of people who, when they come out, and
he does have a bankable model. So
right, the model is right. You just shift the, it's basically like this: is you shift the like say if a person was stealing in stocks. Right. I can't be on a hedge fund or something no more. Okay, I can't trade myself. But
that's going to take that's going to take discipline and humility.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna say it'll be easy, but it can be done. I mean, think about it. Well, look.
Tell him KS, KS, get that nigga some discipline and humility, man.
Well, listen to this. It took discipline back when we was taking the money. The rule was this. I'm not gonna lie. Our major rules was this. We kept everything low key. Only people was involved was me and my dude. We were watching other people get busted left and right. Right. They might have known, because I hate to say all the people that was getting busted was black, and we was black, so they was checking into everybody black. Right. That's the bad thing. We was watching people, but what this is our motto was like this: you made sure that you were the only ones that handled yours, and I was the only one that handled mine. Because my way and his way were the same, the rule was this: if we were talking about how we do our thing, and a broad that we were talking to found out, say we cool, your girl find out, right? Immediately we close up shop the next day. Right. Why? Because you'd be like, well, why would you close up shop if your girl found out about your little trick? Because as soon as the broad get mad, she's gonna flip and turn on us, and she can tell, boom. But the beautiful thing is this: she may not get mad for 3 or 4 months from now. By then, all the transactions are done, gone, disappeared. Right. So now you looking for a needle in a haystack even more. And that's why I tell people, like, say you in a dope game and you don't never let a woman know. Because literally, even the private eyes will tell you, they get most of their information from people who scoring, especially women. They're the best ones. But what you do, as soon as you start dating a chick and she find out you in a dope game, close up shop. Because as soon as you piss her off, and unfortunately, you know how it is. Especially right now. See, back then, you didn't have the information age like we do now. I mean, a bitch can just hit the button on her phone and go live and put your business out there on Facebook, and a detective can find it 6 months later.
Yeah.
See, they didn't have that stuff back then. Back then, most of the transaction was kept for 30 days, 6 months max. Like one of the reasons why we closed up shop, I remember when computers were coming out, I said, man, this computer come out, we got 2 gigs. We selling 2 gig laptops. Next computer come out 4 months later, it's 4. Every time we look up, we was watching how the hard drive just kept doubling and tripling and doubling. I'm like, man, soon it's going to be so cheap that you're never going to throw away any information. And that's how we'll get caught.
Right.
I said, because basically what can happen is the transactions are still there. And if the transactions don't never get thrown away, you still technically, a person may not be able to prosecute you, but they can fire you and say you did it because the statute of limitations isn't going. So our thing was this. We knew the beautiful thing about that is back then you did that type of crime, you got a slap on the wrist. So they arrest you. I go down there and bond you out with $100. You cool. Like literally, you go steal a grand.
Nigga come from a Gambino family, cuz.
I'm just saying.
Have you done your African ancestry, nigga? What part of what part of Mafia Africa y'all from, nigga?
It's just the fact is, look. This is this fact. I read too many books, and then I paid attention. I would pay attention to what would happen to people. Like brother man go on the street, and he sell dope all day. And he make $1 grand, say, in a day. Say he a good dope boy. You know, they don't make that much. Say he clear $1 grand. I could clear $1 grand in 30 seconds with what I do. Right? I clear $1 grand in 30 seconds. We both get caught. He go to jail. He's sitting up there months before cases, this, that, and the other, pay a big ass bond, this, that, and the other. What happens to me? I go to say I get caught for what I did. I made just as much money as he did. And I walk in there, and within an hour, I'm walking out on $100 bond. But basically, no offense, basically, I could do more damage than the dope boy could. The dope boy was just frowned upon. But technically, a person in my field could do way more damage because I could take way more money.
Well, definitely. You know, the SNL swipe is always more profitable than burning the block.
More profit, less likely to get caught.
Yeah.
I mean, just to sit there and think about how much money.
If dope motherfuckers was intelligent, they would have invested in motherfuckers that could rock, you know what I'm saying, numbers like that.
Well, they did. They did. Technically, what happened is this was back in 1997, 98, 97, 98, 99. I said, basically back then is when like the first hackers came out, they were always looked at as bad people. But now you even see they got what they call whitehead hackers. Those are the hackers who used to be bad, and now they work on the other side. Like literally, like plain and simple, I could probably get a job and I should work on like a loss prevention status or something like that. That's why when I fell into auditing, it actually worked out pretty good because people was like, well, God dog, Dre, how do you know that these people were involved in scams and all that? You could just tell from one day being with them. And I didn't want to tell, especially you don't tell them. They was white people. I'm like, no, I ain't going to tell them I used to be a thief, because I was never caught.
Hey, yeah, but listen up. Y Skinner is up here. Let him go ahead and...
Peace.
Yeah, just have the floor for just one moment. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, this guy here, man, was con man, narcissist, and a sociopath. All three.
Deadly combinations.
And I think he learned a lot of this stuff that he was doing. I think he learned from this pastor where he went to church.
TD Jakes. Oh, you talking about? Oh no, he's going to deal with him. The other pastor.
I don't know
that nigga from the Potter House.
No, TD Jakes is who he's going into business. That's the other part.
Hey, Kev, can you pull up a video from another channel?
Yeah. Well, what's going on?
It's a video on him and his wife at this church, and there's some weird things going on. I thought maybe y'all might want to see it.
Put the link in the chat.
It's Plain as Jane. Have y'all heard of Plain as Jane?
Plain is Jane.
Never heard of him.
That's her name.
Let me look it up. He said Plain as Jane.
Plain as Jane. PLAINESTJANE.
Oh, see, I would have never looked at that. I would have put plain, that plain, PLAIN as.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
PLAIN.
What about her?
It's a video on her channel.
Okay.
That's got him and her inside the church, and the pastor is spraying.
I get your timestamp, Kevin. Hold on one second. Oh yeah. Oh, starts with her right in the beginning. You can see Derrick Jackson standing right there.
Okay.
Wait, put it on the thing. Let's see what it is.
Here's the link for you, Kevin. Admit, bro, you gotta have to kick me some money for helping out here, man.
I'm not that computer savvy.
There
you gonna pay you in craft services.
Yeah. I give you a like, man.
No, I'm talking about Kevin, the one.
Oh.
Look, we got a business deal. I want my 40%.
I guess.
Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna be just like the other YouTubers. Look, I put that link in the chat, so you better go ahead and shout my name out because I'll put that link in the chat, man. Cause see, that's the problem. I put my link in the chat first, man.
Whoa.
Hey, where'd you get it from, though?
No, but no, I'm throwing somebody up under the bus, and I'm at what you call sneak dissing. I put my link in the chat first, man.
Dre, I didn't know how much you was a fool with it, dog. You sick with it, cuz.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, that's the beauty when you sit up here and say you used to do that type of dirt, and you say you're not going to do it no more, and then you have a thing to where you say, from now on, I'm going to be 100% honest when it comes to that, because there's no point in lying anymore.
No.
There's no point. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My son, if it wasn't for my son being born, he was in the womb, and I knew that he was coming, and I said under no circumstances am I gonna lie to my son.
You straighten your butt up, huh?
Right. I literally like that. That's why, because then I remember it's been times I told stuff to women that they knew, and then my son asked a question, and they asked the question in front of the woman, and you did what? And I'm like, you never said that. I never knew. Like, you just told him. I'm like, yeah, because under no circumstances.
I mean, but hold up now. You know, there is certain honors for banging on the system. You know what I'm saying? So
it's certain, but I don't lie.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Shit.
Yeah, I don't lie to my son. It's just
you just don't bang on family or friends.
I don't. It's a stupid rule, kind of, because sometimes the lie would be the better thing to do. It sounds noble and stuff like this, but you don't believe the lie would be a lot easier. Like I said, sometimes it's easier living the lie. So, like, the dreaded question. Oh, definitely. The dreaded question I had for my son. And I remember I told him, I said, man, it's a question out there that you're going to ask, and I'm going to hate to give you the answer to it. But he's like, well, what is that question? He said, I'm not going to tell you the question. But I said, one of these days you're going to ask me. And I remember, like, he would come to me as he got older, and he'd be like, well, Dad, I got a question here. It's kind of difficult. And I'd be sitting, the first thing I think, oh, God, it's not a dreaded question. And he'd be like, oh, that's easy, son. This, that, the other. I'm like, well, Dad, he's like, you just said. I said, that's not the dreaded question. And I remember one day he asked the dreaded question, and I laughed. I said, what's so funny? I said, there you go, son. That's the dreaded question right there. And he said, what? I said, that's the dreaded question. You just asked it, and here's the answer.
Wow, that's what's up.
And he thought, well, that ain't really that bad. Why did you? I said, well, I'm gonna let you know my fear in life was answering that question for you.
That's what's up.
And he was just like, well, like I said, it's, I might be kind of rough and this, that, and the other. Liar, I'm not.
Right.
I mean, it's just what it is.
Yo, Kev, you get the link.
Yeah, we waiting on. You got it? He's probably pulling it up now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's see what this.
I've scanned through this quite a bit. before I put it up, and let's just go ahead and say fair use is in order.
People. Hit the cash app, people. I need my 40%.
Because a lot of people are, are doing that little fair use thing, and shout out to the plainest Jane, just But this what I'm looking at is some crazy shit right now.
Damn,
yeah, it is, man.
Damn,
it's more like a cup. You think?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Christianity did start from a cult. I'm sorry to bring that y'all attention. Catholicism, yeah. That first started out as a cult, so it's only coming full circle then, if that's the case.
Because I've been looking for you for a very long time.
You've been looking for me?
Yes, I've been looking for you.
Why you been looking for me?
Because I'm going to kill you.
You're gonna kill me?
Yes.
How you intend to do that?
Because my demons have it planned out.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
So what's
Okay. Her demons got it planned out.
Ooh.
Okay.
I should not have seen that, Kevin.
Look who's standing right there.
Kevin.
What?
I should not have seen that.
What? Why you say that?
Oh my gosh, it just adds more to what I was thinking. Yeah, he preys on damaged women, because I'm not even gonna lie, from all of my experience, damaged women are the best in bed.
Oh, really?
They are. You get a. I'm not gonna lie, man. You get a chick that's damn near psycho.
Nah.
Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, think about it. Yes, damaged women are the best in bed.
And his wife is there too. She's
right.
She's in the back.
Right. Damaged women are the best in bed. Like literally.
Y'all like headaches.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the part where his wife was in. I'm not seeing anything. But like I said, I just want to be real careful about, showing other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, okay.
That's definitely her.
Yeah. That's old Sarge.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy to me. Like, I'm the kind of person that really doesn't, buy into this kind of thing even at the extreme levels. Like I say, I do have some belief system, but for me is that there's too many holes in the story, and stuff like this just looks silly to me. It's just the whole crying or acting like a spirit possessed you. I feel like these folks are just being extremely extra.
Yeah, it's a game, man. It's a game.
Oh, I mean, well, hold up, wait a minute. You know how old that shit is, right? So there's a lot of practices in Christianity that ain't of Christianity. You know what I'm saying? That shit come from other places. And if they were doing millions of years before, it's like, I ain't saying I believe in it, but it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the whole Christianity thing,
let me ask you a question though.
It's a stolen God, so I don't think a stolen God got no motherfucking power. You know what I'm talking about?
Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Do you see like the videos that make it to social media and the news stories that make it to social media about how African priests and preachers use Christianity?
Right.
Like they've been using Christianity to make people eat dirt in the name of God. Like, there was this one crazy story of a preacher who said that the women of the church had to eat his semen in order to be blessed by God. and all you see is a picture of women holding their mouths like they finna throw up and shit. Because this dude, I guess this dude did whatever.
Look, that's the number one thing you can do with it.
Well, I think
okay.
This is the thing. I think
a lot of pimps are preachers. A lot of preachers and pimps.
Right. He was using that. He was using that to get in to have sex with women, basically. Because basically, when you say, like, most people think, if you say "eat my semen" so you can be closer with God, the women think, okay, fine. Most of the, remember, like I said, this is kind of like I said, implant the seed. So you implant the seed that to where if you eat my semen, you impress with God. So what do you plant the seed to have sex with the man? You don't think that he gonna jack off in the cup and you gonna drink it. You think to have sex with the man. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because that's the whole
Right. See,
ideology.
like I said, say 70. Say 70. Like, look, I didn't say have sex with me, but I said that. But that triggered a thought in your mind. You put the rest together, and now you thought to have sex with me.
You
I ain't
wonder
gonna lie,
how
man.
these guys.
I'm a dangerous person. Like, I literally, like, I sit up here and thought that if I was using that as evil, oh man, like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. You can really, and I've seen people do that. You can really plant some seeds in people's heads.
Yes, you can.
And I mean, I've done that. I ain't gonna lie. I've done that to people who've got on my nerves. I've kind of sometimes I don't plant seeds to like use them. I normally lately I'm guilty of this. I plant seeds to make you feel like shit later on.
Okay,
like I like that. Like I'm not gonna lie. I like to make you feel like shit days later when you sit back and think about it.
You're definitely red saber, so I give you that much.
Remember David Koresh?
Like that's the reason why I know so much about it, because I know I'm guilty of that. And like I told the guy I was working with on this house, I said, no, I just planted a seed in her head to make her feel like shit later on. I said, when she think back to that conversation, I said, because see, I've learned best thing to do is take real estate up in the motherfucker's mind. And I mean, it's kind of dirty at times, but the fact is, I don't go out there and do it for my gain. I normally do it as retaliation when you do something to me.
It's crazy, man.
Like I said, I have people that know me and they be like, "Hey, Dre," I'm like, "What? We are friends, aren't we?" And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "I just want to make sure, man," because he said, "I done seen what you capable." He said, "Man, I'd hate to say something. I'm your friend. I would hate to be one of your enemies." I said, "Oh, that's what you do." I told him, I said, "Some people you can't get, like, if you can't get them on a way of hurting them, like physically, because that was my thing. I always like to fight. A lot of people don't like to fight no more. So I had to learn a way to hurt you mentally." I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You like to fight, and you want the people to fight. The only way way most of the time that you can get a person to fight, like me, I like to fight. You can get them to fight. You got to hurt them mentally first.
Okay, so yeah, you got to Ali that shit. But back to Derrick Jackson. From what you just saw, you know, so him being part of some, you know, Christian cult shit. I bet a lot of people ain't really know that. You know what I mean? So now that they've found that out, do you still think he can recover? I mean, there's a lot of shit that's being exposed with this cat.
He ain't recovering.
He's not going to recover.
No, he's not going to recover. This is the problem. He can't recover because this is the fact. 2 women have already said that he has pulled his penis out just like that when just try to do that. Now, they're not accusing him. Like, one of the things I noticed too, they planted a thought in some of these women's mind. None of these women came out and accused him of sexual assault. But there's already women on other channels. I listened to a couple of theirs just to see what their take is, who have come out and be like, that Tasha K is lying. He didn't sexually assault that. Tasha K never said that he sexually assaulted. He said, Tasha K said that when you do an action like that, that can be considered sexual assault.
Hey, but you know what though? Who the fuck said sexual assault last week in the motherfucking chat?
No.
Judge motherfucking Dre. That's who said that shit.
Yep.
And then he comes next fucking week talking about, well, that's what she did to plant the seed and everything. She planted the seed in your ass that night.
No, she didn't plant the seed in. No, listen.
And you know the first thing I said? I said, bitches be lying. That's what I said. Bitches be lying. Let me see some solid motherfucking evidence. Yeah.
Well, here you go, Kevin. I'm gonna tell you like this. Me saying that I pulled my junk out in front of a female. Technically, the woman does not have to, in a court of public opinion, that is sexual assault. Even though the woman was not offended by me pulling my penis out in front of her, in the court of law and how the books are written, that is a thing. Now, what the woman said on her is she was saying that the woman claiming sexual assault. See, that's the difference. She said, no, he put his penis out in front of her. See, that's the difference. That's how that other dude, what's that dude that lost his thing because he started jacking off.
Louis
And he said, I'm about to jack off. Yeah. He said, like, I'm in a room with 10 people and I say, hey guys, I'm about to jack off in here and y'all stay. Evidently you wanted to see it.
The second I saw a dick come out, I'm be like, I'm no longer interested. I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
All right,
The fact that people stayed to actually watch that shit,
right?
Like it didn't immediately be like, okay, this is a red flag. Then that says a lot about those people right there.
I ain't no dick watcher, hell.
But see, remember, this is what I said. Is see, this is the reason why a lot of people could never be, as I say, balanced level ground. Is because see that statement I made right there. Y'all say, oh no, this is what you said. No, I made a statement. It's a big difference from a fact. It's a big difference from an accusation and a statement. I can make a statement and without accusing you on something that you did. You stated that you went in there and you pulled your junk out in front of the chick. Now, she wasn't offended. But technically, by legal standpoints, that is sexual assault.
Oh man, you ain't touch nobody though.
No, it doesn't matter. Oh, you don't have to touch nobody to be. Look it up.
It's like what Judge is saying. It's like the death
exposure, some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sexual assault.
It's like Judge is saying in the context of, okay, what is the real definition of sodomy versus the Georgia definition of sodomy?
Right.
You know, the Georgia definition of sodomy is if you have your pants on with your penis covered and you brush up against her naked bottom, that's sodomy in the state of Georgia. Yeah, that's sodomy in the state of Georgia.
But that's touching, right?
Yeah, if you touch a naked behind and she gets all offended by it, they can charge you with sodomy.
I don't think Georgia should have the right to define sodomy where they at right now.
remember, this is what
dirty.
You know what I mean? Shit, nah, they need to pass that to Florida or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Then
so if you walk by a chick in the mall and you touch her butt, is that sexual assault?
Yeah, that's sexual assault. That's what they got Pac for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Technically, yes. Now, this is the problem with you. This is
forcefully touching the buttocks.
Yeah, technically, you did it, but a lot of times people don't realize that you actually break a lot of laws all day. But what the fact is it just matters if somebody wants to pursue the law on you. Remember, like they said, they can indict a ham sandwich if they want to. And see, a lot of times, this is what happens. If you are a person that they don't like or they want to get you and you've done that, you're going down. If you're a person that everybody likes and like this, that, and the other, like Derrick Jackson could pull his stuff out in a room with two fine girls, and then most of them aren't going to say he sexually assaulted me. But then if it was Judge Dre who pulled his junk out in front of the room to the girls, most people can say Judge Dre sexually assaulted me.
So if I do it in the mall, if I touch a chick in the mall and do that, more than likely she's not going to pursue it.
Right, well, right. I mean, think about it. If you Derrick Jackson, like that's one reason why it does come out to where the people who are elite or like this is. That's why you got to give some credit to the people, especially when they can provide proof that a lot, like, you know, if say Rihanna kicked your door in right there and jumped on top of you in the bed, most people would be like, that's rape. But then if you be like, well, that's Rihanna though, you're like, come on and get me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
I mean, there'll be some men out there that'll just be like, yep, it was, but she can do it any day.
So what's going on with this the son Watson, Houston Oilers?
What about him?
What happened? He's been charged with sexual assault.
Well,
he just pulled his thing out.
Right. Basically, right. I told you, you don't have to touch, like people don't know. The definition is you don't technically why they want to. This is the bad thing. They want to hammer down on the sexual assault thing because the statement is too blanket. Basically, like this is they can get you if they. It's like the definition is too vague, and the bad thing about having a bad law definition, it can be interpreted in any way that they want. Right. And the reason why it's like a sexual assault, you don't have to touch somebody. You don't have to do nothing you don't have to do any of that. You can just pull out your stuff. Like indecent, like can you imagine, technically they can go back on a lot of them cases if they wanted to be an ass back in the day. Indecent exposure, sexual assault. Like say me and my girl having sex in the park. And another woman walks by that and it'd be like, and I have to say, I'm just standing up to put my pants on. Sexual assault.
Wait a minute. Even though she didn't see nothing.
That's just indecent exposure.
Technically, sexual assault could be, she could say, well, he was stroking his stuff as he got up.
Yeah, you can touch a woman on the
See what I'm talking about? You don't have to, I didn't have to touch that second chick, but because I was, like think about it nowadays. You don't even have to be the victim or somebody else, the person from far away. That's especially what they're doing in the schools. That's why I got on my son when he was talking about going away to college. Like I said, say I slapped my girlfriend on the ass and she, hey baby, how you doing? I slap her on the ass. It's a chick next to her. She can go down to the dean's office. Yeah, man, I saw a judge slap this woman on the behind. They called me in the office. We don't like that type of stuff on campus. We're going to kick you off. You're done. No jury, no judge, no jury, no anything else. Your scholarship, you're done. Don't believe me? Look it up. Happens in colleges all the time.
Yeah, bizarre world.
I mean, like
most of the time, these colleges don't do shit.
Right, well, see, that's the reason why they were trying to make a law to dial that back. Because the problem is it's so vague that you don't have to be the victim and you can still be charged.
U.S.
like you can be sleeping with your wife, and somebody else could be like, he was fucking his wife over there, but I feel sexually assaulted, and that has weight. Now you may not be convicted and go to jail, but you can definitely lose scholarships and stuff like that.
So before you saw that video, Skinner, did you think that he could actually recover from that?
No.
You didn't think so? So what video did you see where you was like, nah, it's a wrap?
Actually, I saw a video that Jessica X did. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
All right.
Where he's talking about a narcissist.
Narcissist.
Yeah. And everything he was saying, he had done.
Yep.
Yeah.
That reminds me of another big content.
I'm like, dude, you saying everything that you've done, you're describing what you've done is describing yourself.
Right. You're guilty of all of those.
Yeah.
I got a problem about people like that when they say, oh, I would never do this. But if we ask somebody, well, you guilty of that, you guilty of that, you guilty of that, you guilty of that, you guilty of that. I mean, basically, I feel like there's people like Derrick Jackson and stuff like that they have no morals.
No.
You know what? I was thinking about that.
Idiot,
like with his access that he got to these chicks, you know what I'm saying? What's the likely that, you know what I'm saying, someone who twisted as this cat is, nigga might not even, be a slasher and shit.
And
isn't these chicks missing? You know what I'm saying? Or what's
this
going
guy
on?
Don't have a conscience, man.
No, he don't have a conscience at all. Brother man, I wouldn't put, this is the problem. I wouldn't put anything past him. And I tell people all the time.
Look how he's participating in it, man. This goes to show you that he's in on this.
Well, that's church, man. That's church.
Look at him spraying the church.
You participate in church.
Well,
that's part of praise the Lord.
Do you think he's dangerous?
That's in the black church. That's what they do. I don't know, like 5 of them hold it though. What the fuck are you doing?
Let's ask him. Do you think he's dangerous?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's dangerous. I think he's dangerous due to a unknown measurement of volatility.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I told everybody, that's why I said I hate to tell people all the time. I said you got to give some people, especially crazy people like that, you got to give them some form of respect. Why is that? Because people like that are dangerous.
Yeah.
When a person
you
is
don't
like
know,
that,
you don't know what they might do.
Right. You have to realize that they're dangerous.
If you don't have a conscience.
No, well, this is the problem. I tell these are the people that scare me. People that got no morals, nothing that they stand on. It's like if somebody sit up here and be like, "Well, I don't steal, or I may drink, but I don't smoke." They don't got nothing that they won't do. Those people are dangerous. People with no morals, or the people who are backs up against the wall and feel like they have nothing. Those are the worst. Those are the most dangerous people in the world.
Yeah.
You know, two scales. People have no morals, nothing that they stand on. You got to watch out because unfortunately they will do anything to get to where they want to go. And then a person that when they're backed up against the wall.
You don't give a damn about nobody.
Hold up, let's hear what her demon sound like since she got a demon in her.
Yeah.
Church.
Oh, you gonna play the sound?
Mike.
Yeah.
He just wants you to do.
Is he Hindu? That's one of them every churches where they let everybody up in there, you know what I mean?
But she was talking about, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Don't worry.
Only chicks getting the demons, huh?
Look at Derrick Jackson backing up like, yeah, I gotta protect everybody.
The demon dancing. Oh, look, they look like doing a hula thing. All right, somebody put some music to it. That's 1 million views.
Right. She looked dancing like The Walking Dead. Now, you notice how Derrick Jackson was running up behind her like he was not trying to grab her behind.
You ready? Huh?
Now,
You're ready.
Okay, so the thing is this just on display or something? Because they don't look like they're there to help. They look like they let's say it with as calm as they is with everything. It's like they knew demons was gonna come up in that motherfucker, or is they actually, you know what I'm saying, part of some deeper shit where they actually drawing them into such a trance, and this is just that's just how they get down.
Them women is acting. The women are acting.
Nah, I'm just saying, even if they ain't, the thing is they look like they used to it, like demons just stroll up in that bitch.
They are in that type of church. But here you go, right here, guys. I got one for you. Next,
what kind of demons visit church all the motherfucking time? Cuz that shit ain't fugazi to y'all. That don't, you know what I mean? Judge, that ain't got your venom senses tingling, nigga.
No, I don't. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Look. Okay, perfect way right here for Derrick Jackson to make a comeback. Perfect way. Okay, this is what you do. Now you can't get caught again because you can only play this once. Now I'll show you how. I'm gonna show you the scam part of Dre now. Now you see people just coming out about the church and all like this, right? So they already know that he frequents this. It looks bad. First thing I do, there we go. Fine. I already know my brand is damaged, this, that, and the other. Only thing I can do, complete 100% turnaround. I go to one of these churches, let them put the shit on me, act like I'm a demon, fake act, do the little hopping around like that shit like that, fall out on the ground, call scream, you know what I mean? And then immediately after that, just do a 100% change on how I act. And what's so bad, it'll give credibility and recognition to the church, in which we'll use to make more money. And then I'd give credibility to me, and because see, as long as I don't fuck up and never get caught fucking another broad again,
that be some of them airheaded black women. Airheaded black women believe something like that.
But look, of course, most people ain't gonna believe it, but you would think about it. Unfortunately, when it comes to religion, a lot of people believe all that crap. People will eat that shit up. People will just give an example. Say we watch all
one of black women who jumped on this nigga's tip was understanding that this nigga used to encountering demons.
Right. Right. But think about it. Right. Think about it. Right. And I think about it. There would be more people that would support him talking about he done changed his life around and you shouldn't do like this, that, and everybody deserves a second chance, this, that, and the other after doing your little demon thing, right? And then what'll happen is after a while, especially if I don't get caught in no dirt no time soon, then the people who were defending me will continue to defend me. And then after a while, the defense will turn to personal attacks on people who says that I'm scamming again. See, I mean, you got to learn how. Oh God, damn it, Andre, you bringing the bad. As I said, this is the reason why I can find these people out because, like I said, I used to do it. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's the best card.
Like, yo, this is how you be a more efficient scammer.
Look,
Jaxn.
you can play that. But I mean, you can play that card, but you just can't never get caught again. Remember, like I told you when we was doing the thing, we knew once this card was played, it was done.
Yeah,
we would play this card. You had, hey man, brawl, find out. We change up shop, close up. It's done. We tell the other person because that way, why? Because we know 6 months later some shit can come out. Well, too bad y'all don't got no transaction, so it don't mean shit. It's my word.
That's why it's called organized crime.
Right.
Well, a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that pre-context of it.
You see, she's there too, so that makes me think she's just in with him on everything else.
Well, I think with her, she's just crazy. Like when you watch her videos and stuff like that, that doesn't.
They both crazy as hell.
Right. Oh, of course. Well, we've been though. Think about it. For him to pump that shit out with a straight face like that, for all these years, you got to be. I mean, like his problem is this. Remember, it's a gift and a curse. Like with me, I'll tell the truth. It's a gift and a curse. A lot of times, people don't like to hear the truth right up front when they meet you. Like you guys have known me a while and just know, hey, that's just how Judge is. A lot of people don't like that. That rubs a lot of people the wrong way when they first meet you. Where with him, it looked like this. So he's got his curse is this. He has no morals. No morals, people. When you put them people to work in certain sectors or in a right genre, oh man, you don't have to worry. This motherfucker can get the job done, whatever it takes. You ever got that
Gemini man shit,
he gonna get the mission accomplished.
So did he get a degree? He went to Tuskegee, right? He went to Tuskegee.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I don't know if he got
graduate?
his degree.
Did he graduate?
I don't know. Maybe he found his calling as a relationship guru on social media. He just didn't know how to do it yet. Because of the lack of availability to forums such as Facebook, or because I don't know. Maybe he went. How old is Derrick Jackson anyway? Well, like 35 or something like that.
About 35.
Because he wrote all those books.
Yeah, he admits. Here, let me look at. I'll look him up now. How old he is?
If he graduated, maybe he learned a lot in college.
I mean, but the thing is, how hard can it be to write bullshit to black women if you know what I'm saying, what they feed off on more than anything?
Think about it.
Well, you still got to be able to write that stuff right.
You got to write.
Obviously, that sick motherfucker can get creative and shit, but he got a whole lot of motivation behind that shit. They caking him up.
No, you don't realize something. See, this is what I tell. See, this is the reason. Go look back and think about the person we're talking about. The reason why, and it shows, he gets his inspiration from broads he's fucking.
Right.
That's the reason why the shit comes off so well and resonates, because they have a smorgasbord of women. And if you ever know,
Dre, the way that you put this shit together, if there was a lifetime A&R listener or some of all that shit, they gonna get the whole motherfucking story from you, dog. I mean, you're selling it.
Right. Well, listen. I got you in beat right here. The reason why, think about it. Okay, fine. I'm talking to the best type of person to give you this type of advice and how to rub women the right way and resonate so much with them is a motherfucker that gets around. Because basically I realized all women got basically a key. I don't realize what it is, and I take my little bit to this. That's the reason why after he goes in there, he probably sits in there, fucks him a couple times, sits in there, writes his little thing out, and then immediately what does he do? Go out to his car, sit in his car, make his video, post it online. So basically, the nigga done got some pussy, got some more information and more clout shit to say because he realized what game worked and what didn't, and go immediately right out there, make a video in the car in front of these chicks' houses because you going to see other women are going to start to come out and be like, that's down the street from my house. I used to fuck him. I mean, or that's right around, that's my house there. And I mean, unfortunately, if women come out and be like, that's my house, hey, man, you can't even, what you going to do? The bitch didn't buy this house just to hate on you.
So how many women you think he got over the years?
Plenty.
I mean, you're talking 20, 25?
Yeah, maybe.
Triple digits.
Over 10 years? Over 10 years?
But listen up. Listen up, fellas. Listen up. I got 2 announcements to make.
Yes, sir.
Number one, this is probably likely, unless something very explosive happens in this situation, this will be the last Derrick Jackson broadcast. Back to business as usual. I mean, we've all had our fun watching this man crash and burn, but you know, it'll be time to move on to something else.
I give it one more week.
One more week. Like I said, if some explosive bombshell drops, I'll just leave it to Tasha K.
Yeah.
But the second announcement is it's about that time. Go ahead, get final statements in. Yeah, and I will see you guys later this evening, as it is Saturday. So
already respect. Thanks for the hospitality as always. Long live the habitual line steppers.
Long live.
As far as it goes with this one, man, I don't know. I'm seeing some things where I don't think homie can recover from that. I think there's too much been exposed about his character. That I mean, like that's what he was already came off as a whole ass nigga. No one knew he was a crazy whole ass nigga. So you know what I'm saying? That's on a whole nother level of bizarro world shit. So I don't know. This one's up in the air. So. Hey, y'all take care of yourself. Be safe this weekend. Holla.
All right, thanks, Kevin, for letting me up. Good show. That's just been the past couple of weekends. And Derrick's going down.
Yep.
It may take a little while, but he's going down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about it. But thanks, Kev.
All right, Man Skinner. Y Skinner Man Cave and Roguish Son. Thanks for coming up once again. Dre, what's going on?
All right. Well, just like I said in the beginning, I always said the nigga was going down. People didn't believe me. I said he kept sticking his foot in his mouth after he made the first video blaming God. I said it was over with. I mean, unless he do, like I said, complete overhaul and take one of the paths I pursued on the show, it's done. He's done. Credibility is shot. He's got to be a ghostwriter, behind the scenes man, this, that, and the other. The beautiful thing is, though, the man is already set for life. So even if he just does behind the scene and make a quarter of his income, he'll still make more than we ever will. So, I mean, his reputation and brand is done. You just got to basically, he could probably work on it one more time, stay away from social media for about 6 months. And rebrand and maybe give him one more time. But I do admit they're going to be watching him like scrutiny, and Brother Man does not have the stones to keep a lot going good enough. He's not a very good organized crime. He's sloppy. So Brother Man is going down. He just needs to do that. Anybody, and I'm not going to lie, jump on him, everybody. You can talk about him. You can talk about anybody involved with him. They deserved it. Plain and simple. You knew what you was dealing with. Take the flack that goes with it. All right.
All right, Dre, thank you. And I already pretty much said what I think he should do, especially after, his wife feeling like that she had to come forward and defend her husband publicly and stand by her man. He probably need to go ahead and just disappear, move to Tibet, and make like rename himself Shaquille Sunflower or something, because just find another way, guy. Just find another way. Like I said, like Lil Wayne, move in silence like lasagna. That's what Lil Wayne says is what he needs to do is probably what was said on this panel, go into ghostwriting, or take your money while you still can and while you still got it coming in, and invest. Start investing. Maybe start your little business. Go by your, government spelling, Derrick Jackson, instead of Derrick Jaxn. XN, and maybe people won't recognize you if you slim down some of the muscle mass and grow some dreads or some shit like that. Look like you're a Snowpiercer character or some, or maybe is some acting in it for him in the future. Maybe he can become one of these bad boy actors or whatever. But I don't see that shit coming from Derrick Jackson. I think that what he just needs to do, he just needs to disappear. And just move in silence and make the money while there's still money to be made. I mean, come up with another idea. He went to college for some reason, and it definitely doesn't seem like it was football. But one thing that I would really hate for him, and this is the part of me that kind of empathizes with a person who is probably a couple of steps short from being a complete monster, is the fact that he is going through a lot of shit right now that the normal person probably wouldn't be able to put up with. I mean, I don't have too much sympathy for him because he did damage a lot of relationships, and he wasn't exactly about what he was about. And we can all clearly see that his wife, in my view, is a righteous woman. We see we see what that's doing to her, and she might be a bit unglued, and it might be like I concluded is that her spirituality might be an anchor to her sanity. So really, honestly, we have to watch what we do out here, especially if we're in certain positions, because we never know who it could affect, our families and whatnot. And for me, that's one of my worst nightmares, if I make a move that embarrasses and affects my family. But obviously, Mr. Jackson wasn't thinking about that. And, for the last time this broadcast, I will go ahead and say, with a heavy heart, that I'm sorry, Mrs. Jackson, Derrick wasn't for real. Okay. It's a shame that, someone of such, I don't know, I guess notoriety at this point would be that way. And it does not, and I joke about the whole wrecking your trust in simps, but, it's pretty much, just another reason not to trust humanity as a whole. I mean, well, at least it's like that for me. I don't give, I really don't. I am not shocked when a person makes a downturn. I'm not really shocked by much of anything, but you know what I'm saying? I can just only speak for Kevin at this point. There's billions of other people on this planet, and there are tons of men like Derrick Jackson out there, and they're just waiting to emerge, maybe to mislead the masses once again, and we'll have another slew of material that we can make our content on. But until that happens, I actually wish Derrick Jackson and his wife Deny the best of luck. And please, by all means, stop making videos. It's not a good look. You're only making things worse. And that's Kev being brutally honest. So if you haven't, go ahead and like this video, share, subscribe. Definitely long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev, we trust. Till the Saturday broadcast. Thanks for tuning in.